Welcome back to Stories to D4. I'm your Dungeon Master, Matthew, and I'm really excited you've decided to join us once more on our many adventures. Before our session, as always, I want to check in with our players, talk a little bit about the channel itself, and get us all excited for what we've got coming in the future, both tonight and onwards. All right. Hey, everybody. How you been?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm glad to hear it. Did anyone do anything fun this week?
I got to work.
I may have rolled a die or two at some point.
You rolled dice?
What a weird coincidence.
I did too.
I also rolled a...
Hold up, off-camera person. Oh, can you bring us to the... So you can so people can see everybody who's talking.
Only
There's everyone involved. Hi, off-camera person. Did you also roll dice this week?
I don't think so. I think I remember that.
He's a dirty liar. He was here as well. What we're all referring to, if you follow us on social media, you might already know, is that we got to play we got to play our Battlesphere one-shot, which we've recorded. We just did this earlier in the week, and Victoria's in the process of getting all the audio fixed for us. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, and we'll be bringing that to you this Sunday, 7 o'clock Central, right here on Stories to D4's Twitch. We'll also be uploading that in a couple other places in the near future. More information on that later. Thank you again, guys. It was high level. What was it? What was it like playing some, big, strong characters without spoiling too much?
It was great.
I like having
Their level spells are fun.
So many dice.
a lot of things to do.
Yeah.
Somehow, I still missed having a lot of spell slots. Just somehow.
Every time.
Every time. I'm always going to complain.
Having really powerful magical items too was pretty great.
Yeah.
You should search for some in our game.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Isn't friendship the most powerful item of all?
You heard it here first. You heard it here first, folks. Jake does not want powerful items. He just wants friends.
This is not.
I mean,
fucking anime.
she is.
Yet.
Never say
Winnie
never.
is my magical.
Yet is correct, actually. Well, as always, as I said before, thank you all so much for coming tonight to join us for the continuation of the heist of my heroes in the Defiant Smiles have been going on. If you like what we've been doing, we hope you're following us on our socials, that you're a subscriber, or rather that you're a follower wherever you are. And if you really like what we do, we'd love it if you'd go ahead and drop a subscription here on Twitch, or if you want to become a patron over on Patreon. Your support goes and feeds right back into the channel so that we can keep telling stories. Just like the Battlesphere, which was one of our first subscriber rewards. Once we hit that early goal, we scheduled it, we recorded it, and gosh, I'm so excited to get to see it.
I know.
Yeah, I think that's it for announcements. Does anybody have anything else? Happy belated Valentine's Day.
I have to say, though, that I get to edit the sessions, and editing the Battlesphere, I did laugh while editing. I was having a blast.
You've now spoiled that there are jokes.
No, there was even...
The audacity.
I was
was
so
enjoying in our
sorry.
session?
Canceled.
I think
Okay.
ASMR.
We're just so funny, you know?
And humble, apparently.
Yeah.
I didn't laugh at my own
We
jokes.
had an emote announcement, do we not?
We do actually have an emote announcement. Thank you so much for remembering better than I do looking at my paper, because I'm not good about that. This week over on our Discord, which is freely available for anyone who wants to join. You don't have to be a subscriber or a patron to do so. We are going to be holding a poll for our upcoming commission. This week we're commissioning an emote for Adon Castillo, one of the merry members of the Defiant Smiles.
The other member of the Defiant Smiles.
Hey, he's a trusted hand when you need him.
Yeah.
There's Milton. He's
He only
in
has-
charge of it, which makes him kind of part of it, technically.
But he's a very good boy. He's not here at the start here of this session, but maybe we'll see him later in the evening. So yes, if you want to contribute what shenaniganry we end up commissioning for Adon, be it raining gold, shit-eating grin, or some other nonsense that you all think of, come talk with us on the Discord. We'd love to have you. With that, you guys want to talk about? You guys want to hop into it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm nervous. I love it.
You're nervous.
You're
Oh,
She's quaking.
You're playing cards.
I was playing cards.
Sure,
You've won a lot of money.
you know what? I should
The money
remind
doesn't
everyone.
die.
Let's talk a little bit about what happened last time on Stories to D4. At the start, things were relatively peaceful as all of you got together once more at your home, able to repair it just a little bit, get things back to a more comfortable state. Unfortunately, fortunately, depending on how you want to view it, vigilantes suddenly appeared. A trio of heroes known as Arcus, Bastellus, and the Lionheart made their appearance. One of them, Arcus, was actually now known to be Chester Piffle, childhood friend of Silas and Gwynwyn. With Arcus revealing his identity and Chester finally there, the pair promptly began to berate Chester for having ditched them for quite some time, unable to explain the nature of his vigilantedom. But the reason the trio of vigilantes had approached our party was to suggest a job, a heist, over at High Lord Stanley Branson's Sunshower Gala. This big, highfalutin party filled with all sorts of nobles and merchants and lots of trinkets that Branson wanted to show off. If our party was successful, they would be stealing the Velvet Vulpine, a statuette taken from a Goliath monastery to the north of Elds. The reason for this was unclear at first, but it turned out the fox itself could be used to track down the location of Zarathal, mortal enemy of the Defiant Smiles, and a real plague on the city overall. So in the end, you all did a little bit of shopping, got all dressed up, with your new clothes and a bit of planning done, you all went to this party. Ismene was invited, of course, as she had recently received the favor of the Princess of Elts. Additionally, she took a Lilia as a guard and Silas as a fine, dapper painter who was there to take sketches and paint up all of the different nobility and all of the spectacle that would be happening that evening, of which, as we're about to discuss, there was quite a bit. The party also had two members infiltrating. One, our dear Laurentius, decided to take on the guise of a unfortunate soul, a laborer by the name of Victor, who had been working as a sommelier, distributing wine and also just commanding all of the other people working over at Branson's Manor. Additionally, our dear Gwynwyn, taking a zip line from Bastellus, snuck into the upper level of the Branson Manor. With everyone in position, they proceeded to, for some of them, mingle, and for others, attempt to steal everything that was not nailed down. Exploring upstairs, Ismene ended up taking, exploring the upstairs, I have all my things jumbled up, my apologies. In the party, Ismene ended up meeting the Prince of Elts, this handsome and relatively kind man who was charmed by the way that Ismene seemed a little bit separated from the pageantry that was going on there. And not long after, Ismene actually snuck away with the prince and several other important lords to the expedition hall, making their way into a dimly lit, high-stakes card game. Showing her chops at Nine Lords Bluff, Ismene made away with a king's ransom. Silas, on the other hand, spent his time painting all of the different nobility, even taking its time to sketch some of the artifacts that were being displayed by High Lord Branson, including a massive cannon, which looks to be like it could have been affixed to a large warship. Eventually, alcohol and a bit of competition between him and one of the other High Lords, Mr. Berenger, resulted in him drinking quite a bit and dancing before all of the nobility in attendance. Downstairs, Laurentius took his time exploring, finding every nook and cranny where they stored all of the wine, all of the food, and even a strange amount of construction materials for an as of yet unknown project. He also repeatedly ran into this boiler room, this large machine being shoveled with coal by a couple of the workers. Laurentius eventually would be disturbing this boiler in order to aid Gwynwyn, who had taken her time upstairs with Lilia in order to sneak around all of the rooms, try to do a bit of looting, information gathering, general spy work. Eventually Gwynwyn came upon this vault, The vault itself, likely containing the treasure they were after, was unfortunately superheated by some internal pipework, hence prompting what is going on right here at the start of our session. Before I bring us to the current moment, I'd also like to add one last thing. Laurentius did take a moment of time as Victor to go ahead and help out a couple more workers who were struggling to create an ice sculpture appropriate for such a party. Go ahead and bring us all into camera, Alex, as we have to explain, give us the minis as well. As Laurentius wanted to help Gwynwyn with the situation regarding the hot water heating up the vault door, he threw a container of pixie dust at this massive constructed boiler. A brilliant decision, the likes of which we have not yet seen. As he did, the construct that was the boiler began to stand up, and due to the augmented magic of the pixie dust, has slowly begun to lift a little bit higher than perhaps it normally would move.
I just gave the boiler a fizzy lifting drink.
Gwynwyn, as this is happening, footsteps are approaching behind you. We're at the start of this session. Immediately, I'm going to ask, so you know what? This is going to be a fun one. I am going to be asking both of you two to roll for initiative. I'm not going to ask the rest of the party here. Go ahead and get us combat music
Good luck.
as we get started.
Roll well.
Roll well.
Did you just do the opposite of that?
Joke a few times, but I'm
Amanda,
really...
didn't listen.
Kill me. Is that
No, I'm
cocked?
excited.
It's not at all.
I'm excited to see you guys.
I love the question.
Might not.
Is that cocked, guys? Please.
Gwynwyn might not die. Might.
Might's a really strong word. Truly. It may be like a
You
middling
hear
word.
footsteps. I have fucking earthquakes in front of me.
No, he's not quaking here. He's flying.
Before we jump right into this
Right.
combat, like we have initiative. We don't tell me your numbers yet. Are there any questions about the current state of what you're seeing before you? Just as a quick reminder, these are on 2 separate floors. These are 2 entirely different battle maps.
Yeah, I would.
You want to re-roll your initiative?
Watch him get a nat one.
Yes.
I will take it.
Jake?
That one after that.
Okay.
I'll take
That's
that.
better.
Almost like
Does anyone have
10 times
questions
better.
as to the current location of you? Lilia, you're within the rope trick hidden away upstairs.
Are the 2 guards still in between myself and...
Once we get to your step, you know what? You are correct. I am going to need you to roll initiative as well because you are approximately 60 feet from where, actually from the edge of this battle map is about 60 feet. Let's
Something's
get
in
those
there.
initiatives. Let's start with Laurentius Thorn.
13.
A 13 in the basement encounter. Gwynwyn,
11.
an 11 in the upstairs encounter.
6.
A 6 in the upstairs encounter.
Did you roll on that one?
No.
Okay.
I do not have a 20 to dex. So,
Okay.
plus 4.
So what's great is we've got 3 encounters, not 2 to discuss here. We're going to talk about the upstairs encounter first, just to leave Connor in suspense a little bit longer by what's happening here.
That's fine.
Gwynwyn, you're able to see the current battle maps. I'm going to start explaining what's going on here. At initiative 14, a familiar face appears. As a bolt from a small crossbow is fired, you see this dark purple skin, white hair as this drow appears around the corner. You see this one thing very different. You see a massive, it looks like a ceramic white construct is around his neck at the moment. As he's standing there, as he takes a single shot at you. However, give me a perception check. I should have had you roll this last time.
Perception?
What was that?
She wasn't there.
I wasn't there. I don't know
You
this
do not recognize that. Thank you so much for reminding me.
An 11.
An 11? With an 11, I can't give you more information than this. He's not where the footsteps you heard were. As he was revealed, so that is going to be a 19 to hit you.
That hits.
You're not surprised because you did beat the DC to detect that anyone was there previously. So no worries on the surprise way. Let's roll some damage. As this bolt strikes you, you're going to take 9 points of piercing damage. Not the worst.
No.
But as this drow hunter seeing you, he just kind of stands there. He lowers the crossbow, and his head as well, waiting. That is then, we're going to move on to initiative 11, which is going to be Gwynwyn. Gwynwyn, a person has appeared and you know someone else is invisible nearby.
Did not prepare us the invisibility.
No. However, if you would like, just as a quick reminder, something we did discuss, you all have an ability called I planned for this. If you'd like to use that, now you've used one charge. The second one's going to be quite hard, and likely the last time you'll use this. If you'd like to say you considered such a possibility, you are allowed to make that check. Because you've all prepped for this heist. You might have considered the different kind of guards, but you've got to tell me why you prepped the spell if you'd like to do that.
No.
Okay.
Do I notice anything different about the vault door? Does it look less hot or anything? Has
So
anything
it has been
changed
3 seconds.
since I sent the message out of, hey, I need someone to...
Hey, you need the so since you said hey, I need the message. It's been about a minute since you sent the message. It's been less than 6 seconds since the encounter started downstairs. So no change at the moment. It is glowing. You are able to see through the illusory wooden part of the door and see that it's actually a metallic door, superheated by piping.
Okay.
The vault is that door from the perspective of the camera. It's going to be to the southwest.
I heard footsteps, but I see Drow. But, and so Gwynwyn's immediate thought was like, oh shit, oh shit. I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself.
Aha.
That's so bad for me. I absolutely adore that. All right. If we could go ahead and put a ring marker. Here you go. With that box.
Because I know there's guards around. I don't want to start a fight. I don't want to make a lot of noise.
Now this does not hide you. You do go out of view entirely. You also can move if you
I'm
would
gonna
like.
take like 2 steps back and not
You're
be.
gonna get right back next to the window.
Yeah.
Excellent. I do like to hear it. From there, I'm sorry, Elle. It is not quite your turn. I'm gonna make, because we're in a new week. I kind of like resetting the score in a certain way. This other person is going to use their action to attempt to hide. What is your passive? Is your passive perception 15 or higher?
No.
Okay. This person, you do hear briefly this the movement of feet. Someone is nearby, but you don't get the sense that someone is immediately next to you. But nothing seems to happen. Moving on from her turn, we're gonna go to Lilia. Nestled comfortably inside of this pocket dimension, a rope pulled all the way in and set next to you. You are still here. You can look over and see that the guards are still currently standing relatively close. A pair of guards, one of them holding a lantern of revealing. They're still there, however, shenaniganry may cause them to move the near future.
Okay. Can I see past the guards? Like, can I get my eyeline on Gwynwyn? We kind of just scurried off into
You
opposite
were
directions.
several turns from Gwynwyn.
Okay. I'm going to take out my, communicator and knowing that
Sending stone.
sending stone, and knowing that the person who I'm speaking to could only hear it and say, Gwynwyn, are you good? Did you make it?
Help!
You can respond to this message.
Help! There are other people here.
Where are you?
By the vault.
Okay.
Okay.
Luckily, I'm still invisible. So,
Yes, I'm going to ignore that you just cast the spell sending.
to use the thing, do I have to
Yes,
cast?
we're gonna assume the item doesn't break sending in this instance.
Do
You're
I need
fine.
to use the slots for it?
No. The item casts the spell, but
Okay.
you can cast the spell as an action by holding this item aloft.
Okay.
We're gonna ignore this.
I was like, I'm gonna be out of spell slots if
Yes.
so. I'm going to scurry down the rope.
You screw it on the rope. You're directly before these folks.
And they have a lantern pointing.
They do have a lantern.
Do I have a
pointing.
way to get past them where I could sidestep the lantern?
So here's what I'm gonna say, because these are 2 people specifically guarding this archway for invisible folks. This is what they've
have-
trained for.
A suggestion if it's not possible.
I would love for you to tell. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, if you have a way you'd like to explain how these two guards who were standing here, not at super high alert, but given what just happened previously with you guys alerting calling out, there's a rat! If you have a way you want to try to get around them, they're just kind of standing, kind of occasionally looking left and right. You could try to sneak past, try to get that perfect timing, or if there's, Victoria, you can use your words.
She wants you to off them.
Climb the wall.
If you want to try to climb the wall and try to
Like
hold
spider climb?
from the crown molding up high, try to climb
Let me just
across.
use my Spider-Man powers. I've been waiting to reveal.
You're also climbing or something.
You have a spell. You have the alter self, right?
I do not have alter self.
Alter self.
No, I
No,
do.
that's her.
Oh, you and I are gonna have.
I have
alter self.
disguise self. I'm also out of second level.
But so Clello, what would you like Lilia to do?
I'm going to use my action to spend an arcane point and for enhanced alacrity, which gives me benefits like disengaging as a bonus action, ignoring difficult terrain, and doubling my jump.
You're gonna try to leap over, because it's a big archway they're standing in front of.
Yeah, I want to technically bonus action disengage. I'm not sure how that works flavor-wise.
You can't make
but-
attacks of opportunity against people who are who you can't see.
Awesome, cool. So I'm gonna just try to jump over.
Okay, you're gonna make me an acrobatics check.
Sure.
This kind of thing, how graceful, because you know a really good acrobat can be relatively quiet. We're gonna allow that sort of thing.
Yeah, good one.
It's a 15.
The 15.
Not fantastic, but in the upper echelon.
Don't forget you're about to die.
I'm a legend. They never die.
Not the right currency.
One of the guards kind of turns his head a little bit, and as he does, the other guard just starts talking a little bit. She's like, "I think that garden over there smells kind of weird." And these two men just kind of continue their conversation here. It doesn't appear that you were detected here.
Awesome. I'm
You
gonna.
didn't pass a strange garden previously.
I'm gonna like celebrate. I'm going to run off towards the vault, and on my way there, as my final part of my turn, I'm gonna bonus action.
You used your. Oh, you decided to unuse your bonus.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm going to ignite my weapon
Okay.
with cold damage.
All right. So you move 35 feet. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. So you go to halfway there. Next turn, you're gonna be able to get onto the board in the first two rows. You'll actually be. From where you're coming is actually going to be somewhere. It's going to be on this left-hand side. We'll place you on the next round.
Neither one of us know this drow, right? Because Elle was unconscious during that fight and Gwynwyn was not there.
True.
We probably told y'all.
Neither of you know about this recurring character.
No idea.
It has been a month since then.
We would have said we fought a drow because of Zarathol, but I don't know if you would
But-
know that's the same drow.
For now,
I don't think we would
we're
be
gonna
like
go ahead
every drow is
and
one
leave-
drow.
We're gonna leave
That's
upstairs.
racist.
We're gonna leave upstairs and go down to the basement at long last. I'm sorry, was your initiative 13?
13, yeah. They got a 6, right?
Unless someone wants to bicycle me, it is its turn.
Cool.
What if
I-
you for rolling higher?
That is a bottle cap, and we are not the Last Canon podcast.
Yet.
Cut the feed! Cut the feed! No. So as you're standing here, the boiler begins standing, and as it does, you kind of see that. Well, it looks like it was trying to right itself up, revealing the almost pauldron-like form of the different inner chambers that have been funneling out water and creating air pressure to actually push things forward. As it stands up, it actually goes a little bit too high, and the top of its head begins scraping the ceiling. While it's here scraping the ceiling, you do notice at least it's leaving deep grooves, and its movement here, it might damage the room itself. It's gonna go ahead and take its movement.
I'll brace for impact.
Lord, that is imposing.
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to make. We're going to make a very fun little check. It is a contested check. I would like you to either roll athletics or acrobatics as it attempts to grab and throw you.
I'll do acrobatics.
You got this.
Connor, I rolled the orange die.
I got a 10. Do I win?
I got a 27.
Oh.
Was that a natural?
I'm sorry, a 26. It was a natural 20.
It's terrifying.
Where is it throwing me?
I threw you right here into some barrels.
Oh, okay.
It's a barrel of fire.
As you're tossed
Broke my
across the
fall.
room, you're going to take 16 points of bludgeoning damage, striking against these barrels. I'm going to go ahead and say one of these barrels here shatters. Not the barrel that you put the real victor into, but this barrel bursts. You see what looks to be a small collection of rotten fruit kind of spills out.
So
Onto
it's
you.
16?
16 points of damage. But then it is going to be your turn. Laurentius, you were prone. This creature, I'm gonna go ahead and oh, it's so imposing every time this object moves.
So what it left? What's here?
So as you look at that, looking past where it originally was, where it ripped out of the wall, damaging quite a bit of the equipment, you see a collection of pipes. Some of them have been have pulled alongside it and are still attached to the creature itself. You can see that the fires inside are beginning to shoot out just a little bit from the actual the various openings that can be pulled open to scoop more coal in.
Okay.
But it is mostly this this curved wall which has several open pipes. Water is spraying out, and tons of steam has begun emanating out. The room itself, very hot, but still decent visibility, but not for long.
So it's not a chimney.
It is not a chimney.
Okay. I'm going to drink my potion of invisibility.
Is this going to be an invisible fight for everyone?
Yeah, you become invisible.
And I will.
It's the one made by Gwynwyn.
No, it's not.
It's not? You bought one?
He
Yeah.
got one from Bastellus. I have the one made by Gwynwyn.
Okay, I thought
Okay.
the one bad was bad.
Half your movement to stand up.
A little sick.
No, I haven't used it yet.
And I'm gonna go here.
Okay.
Quietly as possible.
So remember, until you take the hide action, you're not hidden.
Even though I'm invisible?
Correct.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, there is an assumption here. You have to assume whether if the creature can hear. Otherwise, there's not really a visible way. But
So was the potion my action?
so it's a. You know what? I'm so sorry. We do use a house rule that could benefit you in this situation.
Okay.
You can use your action to hide.
Can I
if you'd
try to
like
hide?
Please do.
Do I have advantage because I'm invisible?
You do. That is in fact what invisibility the invisibility condition gives you.
And I'm just adding stealth to it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Natural 20 plus 1, 21.
You as you begin watching, the machine turns to where you drank the potion and begins walking where you were and not where you are. You get the sense it very much does not know where you currently are standing.
I'm not breathing. I'm holding my breath.
You're turning purple.
Hey!
That's offensive. You should apologize.
It was fun.
I did not prepare for this.
Okay. Let's go upstairs to the party. Cheer is still going on here. Silas, you just finished off your dance. Walt Behringer has went and headed off to one of the fainting rooms to cool off. You see as Meanie has begun heading into this room. It's calm. A bunch of the nobles are in here. There's still this massive cannon set in the middle. A couple of attendants in their red clothes are going there, showing off their various features. Yes, Victoria?
Oh no, I'm just reminding myself to ask a question. If I could retcon something from last session.
What do you need to retcon from? I need to know this before I can describe the room.
It's probably a no, because I was going to ask if I could bring Silas my chest since he has the...
You sent that off a while ago to be
Okay.
put away.
Great. I'm never getting that back.
You would honor your winnings. Maybe.
Not if we steal from him.
You don't have to be a part of this.
If you
It's true.
to give a bit of
Right.
context, now you were already told, oh, we'll have someone, we can run it to you, or we can have it given to your personal attendant.
Okay.
If they'll honor that, assuming you are not arrested and sent to jail for the rest of your life.
Right.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Just don't be a part of this.
But as you're in here,
We're
I'm going to
vigilantes.
need a dexterity saving throw from Ms. Meanie and Silas as the floor of this hall shakes as if something massive has struck it.
Oh shoot, I have disadvantage. I'm poisoned.
You are poisoned.
Oh,
Didn't matter.
it don't make it matter at all.
Is Meanie Callister.
6.
6, you fall prone. You watch as a couple of the folks nearby walk over. Lady Callister, are you all right? As they kind of step up a little bit concerned, a couple more people fall over. You hear over in the distance, oh my god, what is happening? Are the Titans attacking again? As Pluvia Nile freaks out as the ground begins to shake. What was your total result, Silas?
If I add them together, I can equal hers. If I don't, I'm a 3.
You are on your ass as you collapse to the ground.
I think you got a lot of cushion.
I was gonna.
People are laughing. Someone who's still doing the Silas from before, the Lockdown dance, absolutely eats it. You watch it. It goes, oh Oh my goodness, I chipped my tooth! Just a couple of people fully fall on their ass here in this first turn. People are kind of freaking out, but at the moment, things aren't total chaos. Are either of you doing anything at this exact moment? There's a lot of nobles here that a bunch of people just fell off. Over.
How many? Okay.
Something happened. Tiburon the Watcher is scanning
Alright.
the room, looking
All right,
around.
Brain. This is an Ismini check.
Make it your mini check.
Ismini smart enough to figure out that the shaking came from below and not above.
No.
Oh, sure. There was a big loud bang.
I made an int check of my own self. I choose sometimes to see if I know meta knowledge.
Yeah, and you
Okay.
know it happened before Silas fell, so you know it wasn't.
It wasn't Silas falling. I'm gonna if
Seismic.
I'm gonna try to surreptitiously send and say, what was that? Use the sending.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Oh, this is so dangerous.
The room is in a huge state of panic right now. The DC is not very high. No one's currently examining you directly.
5. Not good. Not good.
You're like going like this.
Basically, I'm like, what was that? I am trying to play it off.
Some people, as you're kind of being pulled up by one of these noblemen who's kind of helping you stand up, you get a feeling there's a set of eyes on you as you kind of send this message. Who did you send it to?
The guy downstairs.
I do not respond.
Dead silent. You hear nothing. Laurentius
Alright.
makes no sound. Victor is in danger.
Okay. I'm sorry that I did that, but I didn't know what else to do. That's me. Do I need to?
And Silas, is there anything you're doing this turn?
I'm hoping one of the attendants comes to help me up. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah, people are coming over and trying. Sir, please.
If I see an attendant, I'm gonna give them what one of my prepared items were that I planned for this.
What did you plan for, Jake?
Silas probably asked for, I would say maybe 100-something calling cards for his art and the Defiant Styles to be passed around. I'm just gonna hand them to him and see what happens.
Wait, I'm sorry, it's your art, but it's the divine. Can you explain what is the thing?
Silas can't put his address on things anymore, apparently. He's been told not to.
Correct?
So he's putting the Defiant Smiles address on it with his signature.
That's exactly the thing you were told not. Okay.
No! Oh my god, no,
You
is that
literally stop telling people where we live.
Oh, warehouse.
Was the request.
Not the Defiant Smiles, the warehouse.
The warehouse is your house.
That's our house, don't you?
I
You
think
live there.
yes.
he means the
He
headquarters.
said the head.
Oh,
Okay, Defiant
okay.
Smiles.
Yeah.
Not, okay,
I
not where we
misunderstood.
live.
I fully
Adon
misunderstood
doesn't
you.
live with us.
Adon does not live with you.
No,
Yes.
I meant the guild. I meant the guild. I'm so
Girl
sorry.
house, girl house, girl house.
No.
Absolutely. You begin passing these out. They look at you. Sir, what are we supposed to do with this?
Every noble, give them to him. And I'm gonna go find his meeting. Every noble!
Okay, make me a quick. You can use intimidation or persuasion here, as you kind of just slurred speech. Pass these out.
I've never done a good intimidation roll, so I think tonight I'm gonna try persuasion. What's a 6 get me?
6. Yes, sir. It will be done.
I'm too drunk to care.
He walks over and bins a couple of them.
Hurtful.
All right, let's go back upstairs. We want to go back upstairs, guys? I think we do. We're gonna start.
So many invisible people.
Everyone's such a mess.
It's crazy how many invisibilities are currently in play. It is Ketrith's turn. Seeing what's going on and not passing that, not beating the stealth of Lilia, they don't seem aware of what's going on with her. He's going to go ahead and step out and make a perception check. With a natural 1. Looking around as what's going on here, he hoisting his his crossbow up high. He takes his other hand, and you watch as he clasps some sort of pendant on his neck. And as he does, he mutters a couple of words here in Elvish and begins to cast a spell.
Fun. I don't like that.
Are you doing anything about it?
I'm gonna pull out the phoenix feather in my hair. And can I use that as a spell? I can't count. That's not counted. Never mind.
It's dispel magic.
That's right.
Totally fine. I like the way you think. Now, if it's an active effect that he just created, you could use it in that way to stop the effect as an action.
Fair.
But that is going to be his turn, Gwynwyn. He's walked in a little bit and is clearly looking around, trying to find you.
Can I look for the footsteps I heard? Can I try
It is
to
a
see?
perception check. Yes, the first one's free, but you gotta pay for the rest.
7.
A 7. You do not hear where she is. You do not see anything that has been displaced.
I don't know what's going on, so I'm gonna use the hide action and try to get myself hidden. I just want to see if maybe they have a way to get into the vault, because clearly they're here for some shenanigans as well.
Okay.
Advantage?
Make your. What was that?
They found us.
No. Make a stealth check for me
With advantage, right?
with advantage. Oh, you hadn't hidden yet.
No.
Oh, I apologize. I am gonna have.
But I did move.
You
I
did-
wasn't in the same spot.
Yes. So I do apologize. I get you two confused. We are gonna have to roll back. When you go invisible, and you are, even if you move, if you do not hit the hide action, people know what square you're in. If you were ever revealed, you have to take the hide action to become revealed. So it's okay. We're gonna go back and just do one more thing. But what is your stealth check?
A natural 20 for a 22.
Okay. So seeing where you originally were, being aware of where you originally were, I am just going to move him. He's not going to attack. He's still going to go ahead and use his whatever spell he had cast before. So we don't have to change too much. But he is going to move a little bit more. You feel pretty good about your hide, but if you don't move, people do know where you previously were. Where would you like to move to?
More towards that corner.
Okay. Go ahead and Gwynwyn begins shifting over into the corner,
Yeah.
placing her back against the wall.
With clear eyes on the vault door, just so I can be like, I'm
Okay.
gonna watch what's happening with this.
It is then going to be her turn. I do not like the fact that 1, 2, 3, 4 individuals are invisible right now. Unacceptable.
Only 3 are our fault.
Yeah, one of them is your fault.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna make a perception check. I don't remember what your total result was.
No, 22.
16 is not a horrible perception check for her, but I guess she's just gonna have to do it. You do not see any action take place. We're gonna move to Lilia's turn.
I don't know that you're trying to do a sneaky approach.
No, you do not.
I did.
You said help.
Yeah.
Elle, go ahead and grab your miniature. As you begin running, you can place yourself anywhere from here to here in the first 2 rows.
Will I have any movement left?
No, that will be your movement. So you choose to not stop your turn next to this person. That's absolutely okay.
I will. Actually, I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It is going to trigger a held reaction.
Oh, I am apologizing to Amanda
okay.
proactively.
No, you're
A couple
fine.
things going to happen. First,
I'm invisible.
a drow.
Whether it matters
Oh.
or not.
What would you like to do, Clella?
Well, I'm going to drop my invisibility. Thank you.
That couple things are going to happen. A drow woman appears, and I'm going to need you to make me a dexterity saving throw. Gwynwyn, you do see as a wave of radiant light erupts. Lilia appears and promptly explodes. Lilia, what was that dex save?
I think my dex save is wrong. It's
Should-
a...
proficiency plus dex.
Yeah, it's not proficiency plus dex. It's a 6. 4.
Oh, it just hasn't been updated because this
Yeah,
is the auto sheet.
17.
A
Should've
17
been
is a
earlier.
pass. You avoided 15 points of damage. You're at no damage at all. As a wave of radiant light appears around you, you dive out of the way and quickly ready yourself for combat. There are 2 drow here.
Cool, I'm not subtle. So first I'm going to spend 2 arcane points to imbue a spell into my blade.
Okay.
Because my friend said help, and I don't want to die here. So that's why I had to drop the invisibility.
Yes.
I'm going to imbue a 1st level spell, not just, well, because I'm out of 2nd level spell slots.
Okay.
Inflict Wounds, and I'm going to swing.
All right. Make your attack. You bring your blade up, charging it with necrotic energy. As this man turns to see you, he looks, and you have advantage in this roll because you attacked from hidden. As you emerge, he looks at you. His eyes go wide. Oh no.
Not great
This
rolls.
elf is horrified that you are here.
That's weird. 16.
A 16 is a hit.
Cool.
This is very bad for this man. I
I
had not considered that neither of you knew who these characters were.
Yeah.
no idea.
Nope.
Will there be spiders?
They're just drow.
I'm gonna add 4 to this.
Is she wearing
No, only he is wearing the weird collar.
I know why.
Oh.
24. Do you need any damage separate?
I do not.
24.
24 points of damage to Ketrith.
And then I'm gonna swing again non-lethally.
Okay, make your swing.
This one's not with advantage, I believe.
It would not be with advantage, no ma'am.
21.
That's gonna
I'm
be a
sorry,
hit.
22.
That's still gonna be a hit.
17.
17 points of damage. You come out swinging, immediately striking down. He looks at you, horrified, and just begins, like you see he begins tugging on the collar on his neck, bringing his crossbow up, kind of swinging wildly at you, fear in his eyes. That is the end of the upstairs turn. Let's go back downstairs.
Yay.
Did I kill this guy by accident?
Okay.
So it is the boiler's turn.
Mm-hmm.
Make my perception check.
What sentence is that?
Yeah, right.
That is a 5 on my perception.
Do I need to roll stealth or anything?
No, your stealth stays the same until you are revealed.
Cool.
I do not have terribly high intelligence, so I'm going to go ahead and walk back to my original position. As it's walking, you watch as it's moving through, its head it drifts up a little bit higher, its feet barely touching the ground at this point in the basement, and its head breaks through part of the ceiling. Bits of rock begin crumbling and falling to the ground. On its turn as an action, it lays its hands and most of its torso on that original wall in the pipework and begins releasing waves and waves of steam. The room begins filling and things are becoming lightly obscured in here. As this happens, it's going to affect the other stages here just a little bit. Additionally, as the roof begins to fall just a little bit of stuff, dust and such falling, doesn't seem to affect you now, but if too much more movement happens in the boiler, you could see the ceiling coming down.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave. I know where the door was. I've been in here multiple times. I'm gonna head for the door.
It places its hands upon the wall and begins releasing waves and waves of steam. That will be its turn. Laurentius, as the boiler gets back to its job, what would you like to do?
Heading for the door.
Okay. Go ahead and take your movement.
The door would be over here, right?
Yeah, you can head off the board.
Okay.
You push through, opening the door here. You're very stealthy, so almost from the outside of you, looks like steam swung open this door. As you kind of switch behind, you see a bunch of workers looking horrified as what's going on. What is happening? What? They're going to be so upset upstairs. Where's Victor?
Continuing to sneak by.
People absolutely panicking by what's happening here. Okay.
I'll use the rest of my movement as far as I can get.
Yeah.
Try to get upstairs.
You continue moving, heading over towards the stairs.
Can I use my bonus action to say, the boiler's alive?
Okay. Yeah,
Code red.
Yeah, it's an action to cast to use that item. You send that out. Broad system wide. The boiler's alive, everyone. Let's go to the Grand Hall. Suddenly, there is a mass eruption of stone as part of the middle of the dance floor shoots upwards. Here in the Grand Hall, you see High Lord Prospin, this old man, collapse. Terrified what's going on. Pluvia is freaking out. You see Tommy Ladrone pulls a gun out. Looking around as steam begins to fill the room.
I love Tommy.
Oh no, he is! And I pull up my gun. As the room begins filling with steam, people begin panicking and also people running around in different directions. Silas is meanie. There's not right now. The room is not even lightly obscured. There's just a little bit of steam, kind of like a low level of fog. It's like a really weird like garage party right now. There's a little bit of fog on the ground.
How many?
Dig it.
Can I look around and see how many exits there are?
There are quite a few exits here, but also as a reminder, there's a lot of really valuable things in this room that that Branson probably wants to
After
keep.
talking about Tommy, Prospin has to go up.
And I pull up my gun.
So, just a quick reminder for me, Silas not only is drunk, but he also doesn't have the sending stone, right?
Correct. Silas
Correct.
has no idea what's happening. But you did see what looked like a metal spear break through the ground and disappear. It was briefly the head of this creature.
Fundamentally, Silas understands this is Thorn's fault. Is anyone helping our sweet old man Prosper?
No.
I'm going right there to pick him up.
Okay.
Wrong Silas. Are you okay?
Wait, Crossbin or Behringer?
Behringer.
Behringer's gone. He
Behringer's
went
in
to
the fainting room if you
sleep.
wanted to go get him.
Forgot
No,
that
he's trying to
Crossbin was
help.
here.
I did.
Died in
The
the
old man?
that fell on the
Prosper's
ground.
here?
Yes, Prosper's here.
Okay, that's
He
why.
fell on the ground.
That's why
This
he's...
frail old man.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the old man that Gwynwyn saw originally.
How obvious is it if you go ba ba da ba ba and cast magic?
If you're trying to be subtle about using spells, I'm
I
gonna ask for you.
I can't be subtle, but like, how obvious is it?
Wum, bum, 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 bum.
Pretty obvious.
Okay.
Pull out a book.
Because things aren't.
Okay.
There isn't that much steam yet.
However, if you waited a little bit longer, it will be less obvious.
Okay, because I was just gonna make it so people had to leave by casting darkness, but I'm saving that for now.
Okay.
I'm just gonna.
As you kind of head over, as what's going on here, make me a real quick. It's not very hard. Make me a strength check.
Wait, no,
Advantage.
this is it.
Rude.
No,
It's
this is
very
karma.
easy as you reach over, try to heft up Prospin.
Crushed it.
Okay, that is a strength check. You know what? I'm pretty happy with a 16.
16, absolutely.
Oh.
You gently pick him up.
Wow, that's very kind of you. Now, what is happening here, my boy?
Yeah, the floor is. What's the opposite of falling? We should get out of here.
Very well. He offers you his arm.
I'm just gonna start cradling him.
Unhand me, you brigand!
Just immediately kind of tapping you on the nose, the top of your trunk.
Put me down!
Yes, sir. Still gonna take him outside.
I'm gonna pop Squawk up into the rafters.
Ah!
No, don't be loud!
No. No. Squawk immediately emerging. I think it's an action to bring him back out of his.
Yeah, he can pop within like 1,000 feet of me.
Perfect. You pop him in higher up. There's pretty high ceilings here, and are able to begin having him.
Yeah,
look
I'm just
around.
gonna hold on to the arm of the person next to me like I'm shaken by everything going on, but I'm gonna be looking through Squawk's eyes to just like get a better view of what's happening.
Okay, absolutely. From there, you want to go back upstairs?
Yeah,
Let's see what's going on.
There's drums.
I
matched
thought
perfectly.
Crossbin was like
Go upstairs.
55.
No.
No.
Prospin's in his 60s or 70s. Prospin was the old
Ancient.
one.
Fucking ancient.
Well, be nice. We have. It was my understanding that we have approximately 30% of Americans over 60 are watching this show right now.
Right, or 30% of the audience. I'm
I
not
just
really
averaged
sure.
out
I
his
don't do
actual
math.
agent.
Are millions of fans.
Yeah.
As we head back upstairs, the rumbling, you just barely kind of feel it up here as the building begins to shake. Gwynwyn and Lilia, these two drows, really quiet in all of their movements. It is going to be Ketrith's turn. Ketrith is going to make a wisdom saving throw. You watch as he kind of begins lowering the crossbow as a series of sparks begin emanating off of this clay collar, ceramic collar. Failing the save, he's going to go ahead and draw out his rapier in his offhand and is going to make one attack. He's going to make both of his attacks at Lilia. So a 14 misses,
Yep.
but a natural 20 hits.
Yes.
Yeah.
Surprising.
I wonder
The
why.
orange die was the low roll this time. So that's going to be 9 points of piercing damage as he manages to hit you in the leg before moving back, provoking an attack of opportunity.
Swing.
Well, one swing.
Well, yes.
Swing swung, in fact.
Does a math 20 hit?
A math 20 does, in fact, hit him. As he kind of reeling back, tugging at the collar, as you strike him, how much damage is he taking?
11 points total.
11 points of damage, and he is severely hurt. I wrote 111, not that much. 11 points more damage. He's very hurt. You guys have been consistently hitting this guy. Let's go to Gwynwyn. Gwynwyn, there are two drow here.
Okay, we felt shaking, and he said the boiler was alive. Do I notice anything different about the vault door? Is it still glowing red?
The creature spent one round not actively pumping. Unfortunately, no one is distracting the creature. If anything, the door is beginning to glow brighter, not cooler.
I'm not falling on that sword. Sorry.
Okay.
You had one job.
Can.
No.
Okay. Win-win, it is
had
your
one job.
turn.
Yeah.
You did so many jobs.
Al came in here swinging. I was trying to be stealthy, but I guess we're breaking stealth now.
It's a classic reversal.
So I'm gonna drop invisibility myself, and I will cast fire. No, I'm gonna cast Ray of Sickness at the elf, the drow woman.
Okay, the drow woman, you see she's standing here in these violet robes, a bit of this, it's like a mustardy trim to all of it. I'm making it's a constitution saving throw, I believe? Oh, you have to hit me first.
Yes.
Roll to hit.
Does a 16 hit?
16 does, in fact, hit. She's not wearing a shield at the moment.
Well, 2d8
Doesn't have a shield on her.
plus 5, and then plus you have to make a Constitution save.
16 on the con save.
That passes.
Okay.
So for 10 points of poison damage.
10 points of poison damage to Labathel. All right. Striking her against... does it have any lingering effects because she passed the save, or is she good?
She's good.
All right, you strike her with this this Icarus ray. She turns to you, mace in one hand. Just this, you see her nails are painted beautifully with this dark purple color with like this little detailing in it. It's hard to see in the darkness, but it does still glitter just a bit where it is. That is going to be her turn. I did not appreciate that. So she's going to go ahead, muttering some words. She moves her offhand, and as she does, you swear you see something is wrapped around her wrist. A garment, maybe a scarf. It's hard to tell here in the dark. Some sort of object is coiled around her wrist, and she's going to begin casting a spell. That is only an 11 to hit you with a guiding bolt.
Nope.
She fires this beautiful ray of light, which flies right past you, striking one of the barrels of ale on the table behind you and rupturing it. As this is happening, you do hear off in the distance guards yelling and shouting, and it sounds like they're running further away to go investigate that explosion from a minute ago. Let's move to Lilia's turn. Elle, what would you like to do?
Does the woman here have the collar on her neck at
She
all?
does not.
I'm gonna turn to her and say, "Yo, bluffing. If you open the door, we'll let you live." Pointing to the vault.
My master has designs for what's in there. Before she continues, I'm going to ask you to make me that deception check.
Sure.
You know what? We didn't prepare for.
What?
We didn't bring oven mitts. That's all you needed to open the vault.
I prepared with oven mitts.
It's a natural one.
A natural one.
Connor, write that down.
Natural one.
Natural one. Got it.
Yeah.
Did you get my natural 20 earlier?
I didn't even mark down my own, so I did.
Well, unfortunately for you... Fortunately for you, my master is more concerned with the fox than he is with discovering whatever oddities there are with you.
Okay.
Roasted.
Kalila did not like this.
Kill her.
Reputation lost, Kalila.
I'm going to move.
Yes. You're gonna kill the elven man, I'm sure, right?
No.
Use him to open the door.
All right, moving over, you get right into Labathel's face. This drow, she seems like some sort of priestess, perhaps. Certainly a spellcaster.
Gonna use my last 2 AP Arcana points.
Okay.
And I'm going to swing. I wish I had advantage, but I don't.
You do not.
Cool. Wait, is she wearing metal?
Looking closely at her, as you kind of look over what she's. Oh.
Do I still get up in accuracy?
Yeah, always with
Awesome.
advantage.
Thank you, Alex.
That is, Alex went ahead and spent his last bicycle to give advantage here to this first roll. So going over, swinging down to her, it actually appears that she's wearing a robe, but you can tell, just looking over, she's using mage armor.
Can I make this swing non-lethal? Is that even possible?
Always with melee attacks. Well, okay, almost always with melee attacks. But
I
yes.
just No, it's harder with spells, and I'm imbuing.
Oh, it's because the ranged part. You can do non-lethally shocking grasp.
18.
Well, it's just weapon attacks. An 18 is a hit. Forget what I just said. It's actually weapon attacks can be done non-lethally is the wording of it. And this is all part of a weapon attack.
2, 3. That's a 10. Ooh. 20. 32. Plus 4. 36. And I'm going to
36.
swing again before she even has time to breathe.
I don't know if that comes up on audio at all. You absolutely wail on her, an absurd amount of damage. As you strike into her, series of elven curses. What do you have to say for yourself?
Goodbye, lamb chop.
I am Labethel, third scion of Zerathal, and I will be your doom.
But I got the L right, which is really fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that's minimum damage, so that's 6 more
6
points.
points of damage.
Still 38 in a turn.
You gotta go ahead. You gotta hurry up and weapon burst, huh?
That was with weapon burst.
Oh, you use weapon burst on this turn as your bonus action.
I had weapon burst previously on my way here.
Oh, my
This
apologies.
is my 3rd round of it.
Perfect. All right.
So I'm really, I wish my weapon did 2d8 damage.
All right.
Thank you.
Alex, whenever when we're not in the basement, go ahead and bring us the view where we can see people a little bit better for that. Okay, let's head back down. We're back in the basement, but not in combat here. Laurentius, you've just left the room with the boiler, and you see that steam is pouring out of this room as it continues to do whatever it's doing in there.
Sending Stone like rushing out, trying to get upstairs. I don't know what to do. It seems angry. I threw that pixie stuff at it and it started flying. I don't know what to do.
Make it angrier?
Can we respond for free?
You can respond.
Chill
Can you
it.
get it away from the pipes?
No. No, I can't.
That,
Make it cold.
that includes upwards.
Don't have coal.
Upwards.
Enough.
You have booze.
You could
Booze?
cause an explosion.
No,
You're still invisible. One of the women, the woman from before, who was working the ice sculptures, looking around. Where's Victor? Kind of looking around. I'm missing something. I don't like whatever's happening.
You got what I meant, right?
And I got what you meant.
It's not a bad
No, she's the one from last week. She was hitting on
No,
you.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just-
no.
The one that I
Lord Pennington's gonna know.
Yeah.
You hear people shouting from upstairs. What the hell is going on down there?
Yeah, fuck that shit. I'm leaving. There'll be a hole that I can get to from upstairs, and it'll be easier to fight it.
But you can.
You can find it on the main floor.
Ice sculpture's upstairs.
Okay, good.
I'm heading upstairs.
I don't think the ice.
All right, you're gonna go ahead and taking the dash action on your turn, begin moving all the way up. What'd you? Okay. Heading upstairs, you're gonna be on your next turn. You'll be at the same battle as Silas and his meanie.
Cool.
Silas and his meanie. At the start of this round, as you're up here, once again, more of the ground begins bursting upwards as something hit the ceiling below and then drop back to the ground as if it's pulsing up and down. More steam. The room is now lightly obscured when you're higher up, heavily obscured on the ground. As it does, I'm going to ask for a dexterity saving throw from Silas. As you watch as a few of the people who are working here begin to trip and fall. Several of the torches fall, landing around. All of this craziness goes off as the massive cannon fires.
Huh.
I made a 10 on my save.
A 10. Silas, I have an important question for you. You're here. You see stone flying up, marble shattering into the air, dust and steam making it hard to see. But looking ahead of you, you see a face, a familiar face. And it isn't of the person the human you're seeing, but of the pin on his lapel. The woman, Inga the Ingot, as you see Lord Noah O'Brien is looking around panicked. And you realize that you and he are in front of a cannon. And I need to know what you do in this moment. You're for sure getting hit. But I need to know if you're protecting this man or not.
Silence.
I'll take 2 hits for him if I have to.
It's always Silas.
So good.
No, I
The
remember what he
lawful
did. I know.
Great.
Silas.
Good.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Have we just killed Silas?
Silas, you take 36 points of bludgeoning damage.
Just 36?
That's a
You can hit
total.
More.
As you...
Don't do that.
Yeah,
Don't
come on.
challenge the
I have
DM.
so many dice back here.
Yeah, you barely made me bloody.
You literally.
As you dive onto this man, not able to quite push him down to the ground and avoid the full brunt of it, avoid taking any damage, you get hit in the shoulder and slam onto the ground, kind of getting a little bit of pushback, maybe pushing down a creature who was hitting the ceiling from below. But as you do, taking this damage, you dive tackle him. He is fully unconscious. Knocked out with this. The last thing he's going to see is you tackling him. Maybe he'll survive.
Oh god, maybe I should have let him die.
But as you're here, let's go over to Ismini. Ismini, Pluvia's freaking out. At this point, a lot of people are getting obscured. Some of them are harder to see. What are you doing in all this chaos? You could get a spell off pretty easily.
Please make your way to the nearest exit in a calm and orderly fashion. Please make your way to the nearest exit in a calm and orderly
Are
fashion.
you just yelling this?
Yeah, I don't know what to do, and I'm
Calm.
I need you to make me. This is going to be. Oh gosh.
I'm truly just trying to.
This is a
get people-
persuasion check. It's
Yeah.
a very clear persuasion check.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get people to move. Oh gosh, this is my worst.
The chaos that's going on here is a little bit hard.
A natural 20 for a 21.
One natural 20, of course. You begin
The bard
yelling
came
and
out.
shouting this, and you see a couple people begin turning and looking, kind of trying to get their way out. Some servants are grabbing some of the nobles, a little rougher than they normally would, and
Yeah.
trying to pull them out of this room. As a small segment of the floor cracks, probably about a 3-foot circle, cracks and falls below. You see across the crowd. You can't really make out his face,
I'm
but
still
you do see his.
Squawk.
Oh, you're still Squawk? So looking around with Squawk, you see a man still wearing his crown, begins stepping around, grabbing some people and just dragging him along through the steam and the smoke to pull them out of the room. You're in a huge ballroom. There were tables and this cannon and all sorts of displays, but they're moving their way out of the room.
May I use my free perception check?
Yes, what are you trying to do?
Squawk, I want to try to look for Branson himself.
Okay, give me a perception check.
It's like a 10.
In the chaos of this, a 10 is not going to do it.
11, same thing.
Yeah. You're looking around. It isn't that you're not certain he's not here or anything, but there's
But
too
just not
many.
able to find him.
There are 150 people
Yeah,
in your
I'm
line
just-
of sight.
Yeah, I don't have any spells or anything that would really. I only
Okay.
have spells to make it more chaotic.
Let's go back
Do it.
to the battle map. Let's go back upstairs. Gwynwyn and Elle. These two drow are now fighting against you. Go ahead and bring up the battle map, Alex. We're going to start with. It's going to be Ketchworth's turn. He's going to make a Wisdom saving throw. Now he was not damaged this round, correct?
Correct.
So he has advantage on this save. Okay, he's gonna spend his turn. You see, he stops for a moment and puts his hand on the wall, pulling it back, realizing it's the vault, shaking his hand, and just kind of looks up to both of you. And in Elvish, just, I don't want to do this. And that is going to be his turn. He spends the action fighting the magical construct. Gwynwyn.
Unless you translated that for me, I have no clue what he
I
said.
absolutely translate it for you. He's not a willing participant.
Gwynwyn, it is your turn.
I'm gonna try pulling out the phoenix feather in my hair and see if I can dispel the magic.
Oh my
on his
God.
collar.
Don't point that thing at me.
I'm pointing it at him.
Okay, I'm gonna as you do, make me you're an intelligence caster. Make me an intelligence check real quick.
A 13.
13, absolutely. You kind of analyzing what kind of magic could potentially do this sort of thing. You activate the effects of this feather, and you watch as the sparking and the lightning that begins kind of flailing around him, ready to hurt him in just a moment, perhaps as a bonus action on Labothel's turn, dissipates, and he shakes his head and looks up at you, seeing you holding this feather, which becomes dim once more until tomorrow. And there's recognition. You've seen you've met a half drow.
Yeah.
There's recognition in his eyes. He knows what you just did. We'll see how he reacts next turn.
I have a question. What happened to the door?
The door itself is still very hot. He just burnt his hand on it.
I meant with the dispel magic.
Nothing.
The spell magic dispels one effect.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You need to get me
She-
upstairs. to
last
dispel
turn
the
is
door.
last session
Yeah.
when we determined that there's magic. There was a magic protecting it, the
Right.
illusion of it, but the actual heat is just because the boiler was active. It's one of the ways that they're protecting it.
I couldn't remember if it was area of effect or not.
Totally fair.
One effect. That's like
Anti-magic field is the
Yeah,
version of that.
there's a huge point of
Let's-
contention
so
there.
Gwynwyn, super good play. That good of a play. Go ahead and pass out this form of DM inspiration over to Gwynwyn. Let's go to Labithel's turn. She looks over at him. I'm going to make a real quick intelligence check to see if she understands. That's low. She's not quite caught what's happening here. So seeing that you're next to her, Lilia, she's going to go ahead and she's going to begin casting a spell. I'm going to need you to make another dexterity saving throw for me.
15.
A 15? 15 is a fail. As this radiant light emerges at your feet, you are going to take just 5 points of radiant damage. When you cast a spell, as a bonus action on her turn, she's going to make one attack with her mace at you. So with this radiant light, I'm going to go ahead and reveal this. As she casts the spell, you see wrapped around her forearm is a dark, blackened snake figure with just a bit of green reflectiveness. Wait, Connor, did you figure this out?
Yeah, I sent her.
It was,
a note.
Yeah.
I have
I'm just giving these things out today because
right there.
you got to figure it out. Oh well, I'm sorry, Connor.
No, it was
No,
proof of
we-
honor.
We've been reusing
Sorry,
a
I'm
single.
generous, but I'm not that generous.
We've reused a note between 3 people.
Fantastic.
So you saw what I wrote.
Oh, I didn't read it.
That she has an adamantine snake that is wrapped around her forearm. It's this blackened, but it's a blackened metal. But when the light refracts off of it, you can see a hint of green. And as a bonus action, she's making her one attack with her mace. That is a 16.
That hits.
Okay. There's gonna be 6 points of bludgeoning damage. She strikes you with this mace. Oh, that's
I'm not gonna shield.
rolled the wrong die, but on the
How much
reroll,
was
it's the
it?
exact same amount. 6.
6.
So
6 damage.
that is then going to be Lilia's turn. Labithel standing here, thinking she still has an ally in this fight. What would you like to do?
I'm going to first I saw that like I saw what Gwynwyn did, and in Elvish I'm going to say to the person, like, if you help us, we can help you after this. And then I'm gonna swing.
Hey, he looks at you, kind of, you're not sure how he feels about this, but he's kind of looking between you and Labithel. Make your attacks.
That's definitely gonna hit. That's gonna be 23.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll the second one.
Labithel's pretty hurt.
And then a 15 or 16.
A 16 is a hit.
Cool. I just rolled both of them, so
It's okay.
4.
I should have brought a shield, guys.
Can I
I
ask-
really should have brought a shield.
Add 8 to this. 10. Not great. 16. 24 points of damage total.
Oh my god.
Did you say not great?
Yeah, she did.
Well, I rolled a 2, a 5, a 6, and a
Oh
3
my God.
on D8s.
Is she down?
Poor girl.
Is it too late to say non-lethally?
Is it non-lethal?
Yeah.
You bring a strike across her as she reels back, spinning the blade in your hand. You take the pommel and strike her in the forehead. A small bit of crimson spilling down her violet face, down her nose, and she's unconscious before she hits the floor. As she lands there, is there anything else on your turn? As
No,
she
that was an.
as she falls unconscious, I'm gonna go ahead and make an attack roll real quick at initiative 1. That's gonna be a miss. Gwynwyn, you see coming through the window a crossbow bolt fires at the drow nearest to you and lands into the floorboards here.
Call off
You
your
were
boyfriend.
told you did have sniper support.
That is true.
You need to call
But we
out
did say
Chester.
You know, so we're gonna come right back to see what's going on here in just a second. Heading back downstairs, we've got our dear Laurentius. You just came up from the basement. Things were going bad down there. No one liked that. What would you like to do as you head up here? It's you're just by the kitchens when you come up the stairs, and it's steamy a little bit here, which means in the Great Hall it's probably completely obscured.
Is there anyone in the kitchen?
There's a couple of workers, mostly people who are huddled around the stairs who are looking down. You're able to walk past, but are looking down, shouting
Or-
what's going on.
More trying to see if they're like they would notice if I just like all of a sudden appeared because I drop invisibility?
With your absurd stealth roll, I'm actually gonna, because that doesn't go away until you reveal yourself. You can get into a good position where people can't see you and reveal yourself.
Yeah.
Also, it seems the Victor barrel is still closed.
Great. I'll drop it.
Finally.
Head up the stairs, and if there's no one in the stairwell, if I can do it, I want to use the tiara to just change into like a generic noble-looking person.
Absolutely. Here's what's cool. You can actually, as you use that as your action, you were already invisible, so there's no chance of anyone seeing you transform. At worst, someone could have seen you appear, but you rolled a natural 20 on that stealth check. You spent quite a bit of time getting familiar with the kitchens here. You step behind this small, you step into what's like a small larder in the kitchen. So you step in there, the smells of all the cured meats in here as you shift in. You come out, maybe you got a bit of meat on you like you've been porking out, maybe a little bit hefty of a dude.
Yeah, a little bit of a gut.
Yeah. You come out, this real chunky nobleman in nice finery, and you are here. Is your goal getting out of the building?
Yeah, I'm getting up. I'm trying to meet up with...
Heading towards the Great Hall with your friends?
Yeah, Ismini's at.
Perfect. You begin heading over. Ismini and Silas. A cannon just went off. Noah O'Brien is unconscious. Looking around, there's a lot of chaos here. And over the din, you hear something. Ha ha ha! I have come. I'm sorry, Branson, but your days of deceiving the public are over. Leaping up onto the cannon.
Why did you let him kill Noah O'Brien?
Was that him that shot that? That was not him that shot that.
Leaping up onto the cannon was erupted by the fact that there was steam, there's boiling air, small explosions, dropping torches. Not quite sure in the chaos what caused it to fire, but leaping up, you see the Lionheart landing on the cannon itself, looking down. You can't see most of his form, but you do see the big horns. And as he's up here, he's got his hammer in hand, yellow glowing eyes, and the Man-Attach walking through the smoke as Tiburon the Watcher advances. What are you two doing?
Darkness!
No!
I just cast darkness. What is going on?
Silas. Darkness. It is pitch black. You hear screaming, and it's 110 degrees in this room. You know the general direction of the entrance?
15-foot radius. 30-foot sphere. It's just dark now.
I feel like actual Jake has been in this situation.
College was fun.
I need to know what Silas does. If you'd like to try to remember what, you can try to head the direction you think it was out. Are you carrying this dude with you? What are you doing?
This is gonna be super hard. I want to try and find Ismini based off of her perfume. Smelling out Ismini.
Yes. So here's the thing. Disadvantage because of the chaos, advantage because of keen scent, flat perception roll.
It's actually still disadvantage because I'm poisoned.
Disadvantage perception roll.
Crawling on
You
the
get
ground.
advantage
Are you
knows
moving
her
in the direction
perfume.
of that you think, though? I need to know, are you heading towards where you think she is?
Yes, wherever I think she is.
Do not roll very poorly.
Can he have advantage because he knows her perfume very well?
No.
Spent time with
My
her?
keen
I'm gonna
scent
say
was
no
the
to that.
advantage.
I tried.
You tried. I
Look,
appreciate
I'm just
it.
on the ground.
No,
My
it
nose is
was
out.
a reasonable question.
You said don't roll well? You said do roll well.
I said roll well.
Can you please define for me what well might be? Because 8 is well, right?
Make a dexterity saving throw. As you feel like as you place your foot down, you're not sure if you have proper footing, and begin falling forward. Make a dex save. Come on. DC 10.
Did he walk in the hole?
Wait, DC 10?
Yeah.
I got a 9.
Give me the Silas miniature. Silas, you fall just shy of 20 feet.
He doesn't even know to lure it away.
You take 4 points of damage.
Just imagine falling through utter darkness and then just appearing in a room.
And there's that there.
You can now see just the general shape of this massive monster. What it is, you have no idea. But it's huge. And it turns to you, literal fire for a face, and begins to raise its fists up.
Is it like the machines in Ferngully?
Oh my god, it's absolutely.
Oh, that's horrifying.
That's real bad.
Yeah. I mean, for him, he just fell through darkness drunk and landed in front of that.
Is Meanie you're helping with, you cast darkness and are evacuating? Was that the plan?
Yeah.
Excellent.
I'm trying to.
Did that take my movement and my action?
What do you want to do? There's this massive guy in front of you.
Did you prepare for this?
I'm just gonna
He
take
brought
the
the ice
dodge
sculpture.
action as I am dazed, but I don't know what to do. I'm taking the dodge action, staring at this thing.
And at this point, we no longer need any. We won't need battle maps, I don't believe, for what's going on here.
Okay. This is where like that decanter of endless water would come in handy.
All right, we're gonna go up to the top floor with Elle and Gwynwyn and this unconscious drow. You also just saw the bolt fly into the window, just narrowly missing your companion here, or this collared man.
Hey, Chester, we're good now.
Yeah, whatever you say, Heels.
Can I look through the drow in front of me to see if she brought I don't know, something like intentionally to unlock the vault? Can I loot her, basically? I don't normally loot people.
My players are very clever sometimes. Give me an investigation check. Normally you'll just pass me. We're in the middle. We're kind of in rounds. Like you're a little bit urgent.
Can't tell if that was a compliment or not.
My players are clever.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
It's a 9.
No.
Or,
9?
sorry, it's a 12.
No, it's gonna be. Roll that again. Try that again.
Try this one. This one did well for me at least.
I'll take all your bicycles. I love it.
It's a 21.
21.
Thank you.
Natural.
Looking around,
No, it's 18
there's
on
not a lot of looking around. There's not a lot of things of note at first, and then there's 3 things that eventually come to be apparent to you. First off, she does have this adamantine snake, which would take a little bit of work to get off, as you have to unlock all the joints. However, you kind of look at the you look at her hand that she'd been using for spellcasting, and there is a ring on it that looks like there's something you can do with this ring. And finally, there is a small scroll case on her hip, which has a single scroll in it.
Oh, I thought it was a spellbook. Also a scroll.
Wait, what's the scroll?
Is it gonna be knock?
You need to use an arcana. So you can make me an arcana check if you'd like.
Sure.
Is this my...
Where you guys are not. There's no active threats
going
for you,
to
so we're being a
roll
little more.
this one.
We're doing a little bit of vagary here.
19.
This is the spell Cone of Cold.
I want to learn it. I can't.
You'll never be able to cast it.
Aw. You hurt her soul.
That hurts.
Shut down.
I'm going to take it. You want to cast it? Do you want to cast it?
Sure.
On
Why
the door?
Is it on the Artificer spell list?
I don't...
I'm pretty sure
I think
it's not.
so.
It's wizard.
I
It's on my spell list. Well, no, it's not. Because I can't cast it.
I'll pretend like I'm doing something.
What is the spell level? 6?
Cone of Cold is a 5th level spell. It is on the mage's spell list.
It is not on the artificer spell
Sorcerer, wizard.
list. Yeah.
Cool.
I can cast it.
So we'll come back to you in a little bit. Let's go downstairs and talk with the others though. We're up here. I'm so sorry, Gwynwyn.
Elle, are you bloody? Do you need help?
I'm not bloodied, but I am maimed.
I will use the pan flute and cast healing word on you.
I'll take it.
All right.
For 14 points of healing.
Ooh, that feels good.
Heading back downstairs, we're gonna save the basement boy for last. Is Meanie with this darkness? With the darkness spell here, as you're beginning to evacuate, you see the prince moves past you, moving closer to the front, pulling a trail of nobles, about 6 or 7 people that he's kind of got locked arms, walking through here, making their way towards the gallery of paintings you saw before. You hear the clashing of steel. It sounds like you can hear the distinct sounds of a hammer hitting against marble, and it sounds like there's a fight taking place in your darkness right now.
Yeah, I'm not smart.
You're actually the smartest party member.
No,
They're tied.
Yeah. Is
True fact.
Second to Laurent.
Are you going to try and find Silas through this spell?
You can't count.
I planned for this.
Ooh.
Is this your first plan for this? What did you plan?
I don't know if you'll let me do it because it's something I wanted before, but I would like the goggles of see and dark.
There's goggles as the night are dark vision, not darkness.
Not darkness. Okay.
You'd have to make a pact with an extraplanar being for that.
Wait, is that
I
an
didn't do
option?
that.
Correct.
Never mind, then I didn't plan for this.
Is there another spell you'd like? Or an item or a spell?
Oh, man, I really thought that was going to do more. I was really excited about darkness. I'm going to I'm gonna swing. Do I know that Silas? I don't know that Silas fell.
You probably
Nope.
heard a loud thud, but you've heard a lot of those.
But I don't think that.
You make a perception check.
You're like a
I'll do
little-
the
It'll be with disadvantage.
little elephant trumpet as he fell through the floor.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Uh,
Silas is not visible though. That's weird. You don't see him. Maybe
Well,
he's already
darkness.
out. Huh?
magical darkness.
True. He's either in the darkness, or maybe he left.
I can't. I wanted to help the Lionheart, but that would get me on bad terms with the Watchers.
It's fully obscured. You can't well see 5 feet in
Right.
front of you. No one would necessarily know what you're doing here. But it's also hard to aim whatever you're trying to do. Bless
I'd
you,
like
Jake.
to. I know that it's the boiler though, so I'd like to try to navigate my way, feeling on the ground for the whole.
Do you want to fall?
I do want to fall in to go help Silas.
Fuck.
You
I'm going back in there.
you walk past the prince and descend. I was wrong. We are gonna need the battle map after our friend's meeting. Not what I planned here. Graphia's mini miniature.
I don't know what to do. Victoria, am very lost in this situation.
There's so much chaos. This is crazy.
Okay.
I want to help Silas though.
Is Beanie and Silas? We're not gonna have you roll for initiative at this point. You will both get to act here in whatever order you would like.
I'm gonna cast Ice Knife.
I was gonna see if it was even moving.
I'm chill. I'm
Oh, it is currently. It's currently venting. It's currently pouring hot steam into the wall. As Meanie drops, conjures a knife, and throws it at the boiler immediately.
I'm used to this with her though.
Oh no, it's not gonna be a hit, isn't it?
Big target.
Yeah, but bad roll.
She also just fell from the
12.
That is exactly its armor class.
Oh,
Nice.
shoot.
Nice.
Connor, you figured out
Yeah.
it might have an almost 0
Will it
for its
make a
dexterity.
dexterity
Very big.
saving throw for me?
Almost 0?
A math 2.
Great.
Nice.
You're gonna take some cold damage and some piercing damage. I'll give them to you separately.
I do need those separately.
It'll be 7 points of cold damage and 2 points of piercing damage.
As you throw this, when the blade first strikes the creature, it was how much on the piercing?
2.
Yeah. When the blade strikes it, it looks like it almost doesn't pierce through the outer hide of this thick steel. That when it bursts with ice, you watch as several of the flames begin wisping out, cooling down, and it reels. It is vulnerable to cold. Okay. That is an absurdly big hit. Silas, it is your turn. You are unarmed. There are barrels nearby. You have your fists. What are you doing?
I want to say I planned for this, and using as much money as you tell me I had to beforehand. I would have asked Bacillus, especially after seeing that one time Elle got kidnapped, some really interesting people slapping people around with bare hands, what I could do with my bare hands, and maybe making them a little better.
Would you be okay with perhaps having headed? You know what? I think I've got you here. In your preparations here, you had made your way to the Twilight District to the northwest, seedy and filled with all manner of crime. You were able to obtain you were able to meet this ashen-faced dwarven man who sold you this interesting contraption, pretty easy to conceal. It is a thick collection of spooled up iron that you wrap around your hand. It's almost normally it looks it's brass knuckles, but you wrap this material around you, and it looks pretty innocuous until you put it on your hand. This will allow your weapons to function, or your hands to functions as a D4 weapon rather than what would normally be just your strength modifier.
It's like those ones they sell online that are paperweights.
Yeah.
With that said, I'm gonna try and swing.
Make an attack roll, and mechanically you'd be proficient in this, so just a normal,
was
plain old
right.
attack roll.
Still disadvantaged. What would a 6 get me?
6 is a miss. You go up, gong, as you strike up against this thing.
Nice, you rolled a 3 on
Yeah, no, I have not hit a 1 though. Everyone else has hit a 1. I have not rolled above like
You
that.
strike against this creature, and as you do, it bounces away from you, hits the rear wall with the piping. More heat going through here, and you also there's a small pop of flame as you watch as some of the bins of coal have been knocked over here, and a small fire begins here. It then hits the ceiling above and begins scraping along that. Is that the end of your turn?
Silas really liked that song. He's gonna make it again. Does a 19 hit?
Leaping up into the air to strike the creature, roll a d4 plus your strength modifier.
Oh, do you have any for the bomb?
Yeah. I have many.
That is going to be 6 damage.
All right, ending the round here. It'll take that 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Is
and
it-
Oh. I'm an idiot. Never mind.
Are these brass knuckles
I forgot
going to be bludgeoning damage, you said?
they are bludgeoning damage. It's not terribly effective against this creature.
Can I just shove it out of the wall a little bit or more into it? Just
Absolutely.
what I'm trying to do?
It's grinding the ceiling above you. As you hit above, I need a dexterity saving throw from both of you as more and more of the ceiling begins to collapse.
I'm gonna die. It's
Don't
fine.
die.
Where has these rolls been all night?
16.
Pass for half.
12.
Pass for half. You'll both end up taking 6 points of damage as bits of rock begin to fall. You hear "Ah!" as someone falls from above and is silent.
Oh my god. Somebody died.
Please be
There's
Noah.
darkness
Please
in
be
my
Noah.
Do we know who they are?
Unconscious.
You're gonna need
dying.
to take a look on your turn. Let's go back up to the upper levels for a moment here.
I'm an idiot.
Elle and Gwynwyn. The door itself is slowly beginning to fade, but it's up to you how patient you're going to be about this.
Don't be patient. There's.
Can you try to get the snake off of her while I blast open the door?
You can use your turn to tinker with it.
Yeah.
The Tinker's Tools check.
Ooh,
This
fun.
is a construct. And for you, it's going to be an Arcana check because this is a higher level spell than you can normally do.
Ooh.
Well, did you put all of your dice on 8s?
These?
You put them the highest face because it's
Yeah, that
less.
makes
No,
sense.
they're actually an assortment.
Okay.
That's going to be a math 20.
Math 20 is a success.
Do I
You
need to roll these?
take this spell. Yeah, okay. If you want to roll the cone of cold
Do you know
damage.
how long it's been since I've rolled this? Cone of cold?
All right.
These
Roll that
do these
damage.
every week. So many. Okay, there's not as many easy 10. This is 7. 10. Wait, 20. 20. 34. 40.
40 points of damage. You head up close to this vault, emitting this wave of cold. As you do, the door itself gets covered in this thick layer of frost, even blowing back. You find, those who'd see you would notice that your eyelashes, a lot of your skin are coated in a thick dust-like layer of ice as you were chilled over most of your form. But so, too, is the door of the vault. Vault itself having been previously disarmed by our dear Gwynwyn, is now available to you both.
Maybe we just go in the vault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
22 on that Tinker's Tools check.
Absolutely, you're able to loosen a couple of its bolts where it was physically mounted to her. It doesn't look like she could have pulled that off. It was attached to her and detached later. You are then going to, as you remove that, able to stow that away as Lilia begins getting ready with the vault. This other elf who's with your Ketrith. What do I do for you now?
Oh, you don't
Just
help
like,
us?
Yeah,
And
help us loot and then come with us when
yeah,
we leave.
come hang out. It'll be cool.
I will not return to Zerethal.
No, we don't
No.
want
Is
you to.
that wizard here?
Nope.
Not that we know of. If we knew he was here, we'd be
No.
fighting him. So.
Your wizard.
Oh, not here right now.
If she is here, you must explain that I do not wish to continue to fight you.
We'll tell her that
We'll
you're
tell
an
his meeting.
ally.
We'll tell his meeting. Don't worry about
The last thing he said was, "I hate wizards. Fuck this."
Yeah, literally.
He hurt so badly. You see, he's like rubbing his leg where
I'm like-
fire and acid wounded him last time.
it. I don't know. I wasn't there.
I exploded
But
him.
begins helping you pry open the vault door. Let's head on back downstairs. Laurentius. You've heading into the smoke. You see people are dragging. There's now smoke and little bits of fire are peeking up.
Is it thick enough to where I can't really see, or do I see just a round
You see a perfectly round sphere of darkness.
darkness?
Now you have enough context from having been here for a while and also seeing what the hole originally was. You can get to a hole if you decide to drop, or you could get out unseen. At
Can
this point.
I take a? I'm gonna say, I prepared for this, and I'm gonna pull out my falling star emerald. And I'm gonna hold it to my eye like this and look at the darkness. See if I can see anything. I'm stupid.
It's a kaleidoscope.
You said
Does it give you
lovely.
I know the
does it
last
give
one I
you the
gave
invocation
me
double
powers,
sight?
It'll let me see through this.
All right.
You are a
lovely.
warlock.
I
Like,
expected it.
Something.
it's a very
All right,
normal
Connor.
thing for.
So I have to ask you a question. You hold this aloft, thinking of this, thinking about the spell that you're looking at, trying to find a way to pierce through it, and you haven't consumed this gem. But you could.
Eat it.
You bring this up to your eye, feeling its power emanating close to you.
Do I get a little hungry?
Just stomach
Is
growl.
it tasty?
You hear voices. They eat it.
The offering of power, too tempting. As you swallow it, the orb itself becomes somewhat translucent to you. You see inside a battle raging, but not a very accurate one, as the Lionheart and this massive man, you see the Watcher who's in there, appears to have grabbed what looks like a poker, perhaps, like a long, thin metal rod spear, and the two of them are currently fighting. As the Watcher is fighting, the poker keeps getting imbued with radiant light as he strikes down, but looks like they're kind of on even footing right now.
Okay.
As you have Devil's Sight.
Did you just get that from eating a rock? I'm gonna go eat some rocks.
I was like,
Shoveling cool rocks.
Wait,
into
guys. Stories to D4 does not condone eating rocks. If you eat rocks, please do so on your own time and don't blame us.
It's a good point.
Good point.
If I can, try to aim a spell to give Lionheart some assistance.
What you giving me? What spell?
Fairy Fire. On what's his name?
So Fairy Fire does require. You would know that Fairy Fire requires line of sight.
Right, but I can see what's going on, right?
Right, but the Lionheart can't see inside of the darkness. But if you want to do that anyways, you can still hit him with Fairy Fire in case the darkness goes away.
I don't fucking know how it works. So I'll hit him with Fairy Fire.
That is a natural one.
He fails.
So from your point of view, you can see a sparkling purple outline, green outline of this Watcher as he continues fighting. Yes, Jake?
Can the Watcher tell that he's been hit by a spell?
Watcher does not seem to react to
And
this.
I'm going to be like, anyone need anything? Help? I don't know where I was looking for L.
That was actually-
Ismini.
All right.
Don't let us video.
I'm fixing the boiler.
All right. Going, so let's see here. We are actually going to go back down to the boiler. The boiler itself is going to act.
Great. I'm so dumb. I figured it out.
Make
I
a
solved the
decision real
puzzle.
quick. You hit me with cold. I'm going to hit you now.
Great.
Ismini, that is going to be a 23 and a 15.
Ouch and ouch.
I'm gonna shield to only take one.
It strikes you for 5 points of bludgeoning damage. This is not a war beast. As it brings down one of these really heavy arms on you, kind of flailing around. It is only visible about 6 inches from your face. Can you see it at this point? It is fully, almost impossible to breathe in this room. You're gonna need to start holding your breath soon.
Cool. Silas, I'll fix this. I planned for this.
What did you plan for?
I planned because I don't have normally dispel magic, and I knew there was gonna be some kind of magic that would need to be dispelled. So I'm gonna walk right up to the thing and cast dispel magic.
You take this long scroll, unwinding it, and in the dampness, already activating this sort of adhesive on the paste, casting the spell. You can cast third level spells?
I can both cast third level spells, but I was gonna pay the extra to know it.
Oh, perfect. You take your hand, rather, excuse me, place your hand upon it and dispel magic as the construct. Make a dexterity saving throw.
I couldn't
That's
see
for
it
Silas
less-
as well.
I had to be able to see it, so I get.
Silas,
smushed.
you have. Oh gosh.
You what?
I used to get smushed.
As you dive out of the way,
So does Silas.
Some dexterous folks down there.
you're both going to take 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
If I wasn't poisoned, I'm pretty sure I would have passed every.
You got
movie
through
save
my
tonight.
ward now.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
You got through his reward.
All right. With that,
So we're underneath it.
yeah. So you guys are able to start moving and unpinning here. We're actually going to move out of combat potentially here, though you're not out of the woods quite yet. All right. Heading back upstairs, the vault itself being pulled open, you see that Ketcherith is kind of looking around. He doesn't seem terribly interested. As you open the vault, revealing what's inside, he's more looking around, keeping an eye out for any sort of guards or maybe more of Zarathal's minions. As you push open the door, even with all the explosions and screaming behind you, you're overwhelmed by the sheer amount of wealth here. Looking around the room, it is beautiful. There is a small shelf of dusty old tomes, one of which has been set on the small table that is actually inside of it. That is inside the vault. The vault itself, it has metallic walls which are covered in these small shelves with chests and many sacks of gold, bars of silver, gold, platinum. You see, looking to the far end of the room is a massive statue of just the sun. It is a platinum. It is a platinum statue of the Morning Lord, the symbol of the Morning Lord. However, it probably weighs a few hundred pounds. You see there is a small altar that has been set up as well, which looks to have some sort of, it's a hilt of a sword that has been placed on it. Continuing looking around the room, you see there is a small crate that looks a little bit out of place, which has some sort of gray plant that has been placed into it. Kind of continuing around, there's also, there is a small cabinet in the far end. What are we doing, everyone?
I planned for this. So Chester and I talked, and we decided to have a bag that he would send us when we got wherever we thought there would be like
pouch?
a statue. So that way we could fill it up and send it back to him.
Okay, this is your
Whole
first
plan.
I plan for this?
My second.
It's your second one. I need you to go ahead and make me this an intelligence check.
20.
Great. I believe you.
Was that a
All
natural?
right.
No.
As when you're ready, giving the signal, heading down on the zip line is this big, thick leather bag. There's not zippers, but there's a rope that you are able to tie off to fill this up. This is going to be it's basically a large cylinder that you're able to you could hoist over. It's probably going to be better if Elle carries it, depending on how much you load it over, because it's about you could get in this bag. It's very big. Looking around, there's all sorts of goodies in here. Additionally, there is a small blue statuette of a fox. It's covered in blue velvet.
I'll let Elle grab that first. Can I cast Tech? Yeah. I'm gonna let you pick up things.
We need an emote, an animated emote that's Elle rubbing her face on velvet.
Never happening.
I don't like it. I won't touch it. Actually, I didn't even have to use it. I planned for this. When you fill up the bag, I'm going to use that scroll I found in the library to cast Levitate on the bag to make it much easier to take.
It's weightless. You're able to hold it. It's not perfect flight or anything, but you're able to just raise its height at will, essentially altering its weight.
Stuff it.
Can I cast Detect Magic on the room to see what lights up? What is
Are you using a
magic?
spell slot, or are you
I'm
going to
using a
stake the
spell slot.
time? Okay. All right. Couple things. One of the books on the shelf, not the book that's on display, but one of them on the shelf, is emanating quite powerful magic. Very specifically conjuration magic. It's the spine of this book shows a tall white tower that extends from the base to the top. It is surrounded by arcing lines, 8 of them spiraling around it.
I think if we don't grab this, Victoria will murder
It is
us.
not the strongest form of magic in this room. The strongest magical item in this room appears to be the handle of a sword that is on the small altar. It appears to be cracked, but there's a silver guard to it, and the pommel itself actually arcs down into this yellow stone. But there are no fragments of a blade. It doesn't look damaged. It just looks like it doesn't have a blade. It's missing a blade entirely. Additionally, the velvet Vulpine is quite magical. Looking around further, the plants do not appear to be magical from that crate of plants before. The cabinet, however, emanating a bit of magic. As you open it up, you see a collection of these small vials, which you'd recognize as incomplete alchemical reagents for some project. You don't know what project was being worked on necessarily, but if you knew about alchemy, maybe you could figure it out.
Grabbing all of them.
Stuff the bag.
There are also,
back.
there's also 4 potions of greater healing.
Definitely
here.
taking those.
The bag is weightless, so there's less of a chance of things like crashing into each other.
What are your passive
Right?
perceptions? Or actually, your passive investigation. So 10 plus your investigation score.
15.
13.
With a 15 on dimension, there is a small collection of materials in here that are noteworthy. But the only one you probably are going to care about here is there's 200 gold worth of diamond dust.
Diamond dust.
You big interest.
What was that?
Diamond dust, yes.
Okay.
But
But there are quite a few things here you might like here, depending on how much time you'd like to spend. Those are the only magical things. You can spend more time here if you'd like to, but
Are we getting anything from our drow friend who's keeping watch? Has he alerted us yet?
I don't hear any guards, but there's so much shouting downstairs. I think you should be swift.
Okay. Let's grab everything magical.
I think we can spend the next, like, can we say 2 minutes? Like,
Yeah.
is 2 to 3?
Oh.
Just
Know this: a large bag filled with coins would be incredibly heavy and hard to move. There's going to be limitations to how much you can bring. With this levitate spell, it is quite a bit more.
500 pounds.
I actually have math. Are you going for coins or ingots? You just scooping, like pouring bags of coins in, or are you trying to get ingots?
Thanks for the spell scroll, by the way.
I think the ingots.
Ingots.
It's traceable. I like it.
It's 500 pounds. I'm gonna have to do some math during break, so you're not gonna. At this point, you're
And
if you're
everything
going quickly,
magical that lit up. We're grabbing
I'm
all
assuming
of
that you're not being super particular, but going, this is for sure silver versus platinum versus electrum versus other. There are certainly precious metals. There are some gems in here that you're just stuffing a king's ransom. As a reminder, the more you take, the more in trouble you'd be if you're found out.
Yeah.
Don't get found out.
Don't get found out.
I'm just gonna help, but before we technically leave, I'm going to have a note I'll be tucking into.
Tell me about that note in just a little bit here. Let's go downstairs.
Mr. Book was here.
Boom.
Always leaving a trace.
There is this massive construct that you are you're pushing, able to squeeze yourself off. Silas, you're able to eventually kind of drunkenly shift it off of you. People are screaming. It's hard to breathe at this point. The more talking you do, the more chance you might suffocate in here. There's an unconscious person in this room. Did you leave Noah O'Brien, or do you have Noah O'Brien over your shoulder right now?
I crawled after saving him, so he should be upstairs unless the hole opened up more.
Did he see the person who fell?
See the one.
He's not. He's not the person who fell.
Someone screamed. We don't know yet.
As you begin looking at this person, it looks to be a half-elf woman that you have not spoken with. Someone you've seen at the party, though. She has this light brown hair, but the hair is shaved up high, and it looks like it's brought down into this very ceremonial sort of ponytail. But she doesn't have eyebrows, and there's a series of these light blue marks on the side of her face.
I could see his meanies up and fine. I'm gonna this poor unconscious woman, picking her up and getting ready to carry her outside. This is a Humor Jake moment, though. Is there any kind of marking or insignia on the construct that might say who had made it?
Make me an investigation check. This is going to be with disadvantage, and it's absurdly hard given how little you can see in here.
There's 2 natural 20s. Wait, what the
Wow. Did you really?
No,
Almost.
Close though.
Okay.
That's flat 19.
With a flat 19, what I'm going to say is this. Looking over this boiler in essentially well blinded,
Yeah.
you're not able to do this.
Totally fair.
That sounds harsh. But sometimes you can't quite get there.
Oh, I was asking for that for me, not for Silas. That's
I know
fair.
who made it, Jake.
I wanted who made it.
It wasn't vulnerable to bludgeoning damage was your hint. This is an arcane construct.
Oh, that's not important to me.
All right. You grab this woman and begin heading up the stairs. It's so hard. Even once you try to push through that door from before, no one can see down here as you hear more stone begins to fall as the rest of the ballroom begins to collapse and more of the structure is becoming compromised.
As we're doing this, I'm gonna cast Sending. So I'm gonna use up some of my oxygen to cast Sending.
Okay.
Through the
You're able to,
stone.
as you're, assuming you're heading up to the stairs.
And
what
I'm
do you
just
think?
checking in with the Lionheart to make sure he's okay because I saw him show up.
You hear through gritted teeth,
I'll make it.
he sounds strained, but as you are heading upstairs, you see a bunch of the workers, as you're kind of coughing, covered in soot, carrying one of the other people. A couple of the workers come up to you. There's this young blonde human woman comes up. This way. Are you okay? Please, I'm sorry, there's a servant exit this way.
I'm going out the surface exit for sure.
Out the back.
Absolutely. Silas, you kind of carry this. A couple of them come over looking to you, like trying to take her from you, if you'll let them.
Yeah, I'll let them because I'm pretty hurt.
All right. As they begin taking you, you begin heading out into the eastern portion of the outer courtyard. There's a small garden here that too many people have gathered here. You can see it looks like someone's trampled some of the rose bushes over to the side. They look like they were just fledgling, recently planted, ruined.
Did they take her out with us?
They've taken her out with you. There are about 20 or 30 people that are brought out this side, not counting the servants and workers, which there are even more of.
I planned for this. I'm going to start giving her a health potion.
Okay.
So altruistic.
You begin giving her a health potion. She begins to stir and kind of look up at you, a little confused. Begins speaking in Elvish. Do you speak Elvish?
I speak drunk.
Kind of looking. This is a weird dream. General, you've come here again so late.
I don't know what you're saying, so I'm just nodding along.
I'm gonna say different Loxodon in Elvish.
She gives you a little bow. Does not. She just looks at you wide-eyed.
I didn't translate.
There is honor and kinship between all women.
And I walk up to these two, still in my disguise, and I'm just like gnawing
A big fat dude comes up.
salami. What's going on?
Well, it seems like something really terrible happened in the Great Hall. I'm not sure what happened.
That was
There
me.
some boil.
Sir? What did you do?
I'll drop the disguise.
Okay.
Are you dropping this guy in front of everyone, or assuming like you walked around one of the hedge mazes?
I'll just hide behind Silas and drop it.
You
Yeah.
could have also just said it's Thor. Nobody knows who you are.
Okay.
I could even mentally tell you.
Kind of giving it feedback as more and more people begin pushing out of here. Guys, excellently handled. Way less chaos than I expected.
Didn't burn it down.
Less.
We didn't burn the manor down. Gwynwyn did not break the manor. I want it to be noted it was Thor.
However, we're gonna still have to talk about the people who are upstairs. Gwynwyn and Lilia, you're in here loading a bunch of things up. I'm assuming taking every magic item that isn't nailed to the ground.
Yes.
This massive platinum statue, unfortunately, is not going to be possible for you guys to carry. You do not have a Silas with you, so you're not sure if either of you can move this object.
That's fair. We're not trying to grab a statue.
Okay, heading over. So is the plan to put that bag back on the zip line and
Yes, to send it back.
It's levitating.
We worked it
it's
out.
levitating? Okay.
It could just be tethered.
So
It's just,
you walk over to that windowsill, which you see a couple of the guards on the lower level are looking up and just kind of confused. They can't see you but you're able to kind of peer up. There's this bag that you lean on the windowsill, half in, half out. You take that crossbow bolt from before, put it into the actual pouch, and begin tying the rope around it.
Mm-hmm.
It is about to get pulled very hard by machinery on the other side.
Hey,
the guards are looking up.
They're looking up. They don't see you guys, but they see the bag. They know something's going on upstairs.
quick question. What was the other spell in the scroll you got? Didn't you get two?
I have enlarge reduce.
Not relevant here. It's still 200 pounds.
Wait, I can't cast. Can you cast enlarge reduce?
I can.
I need to look
I
at the
just didn't
text.
prepare it today.
Well, yeah, but let me look. I have 2 spell scrolls.
Just music.
Is it
It's
What's
a
going
minute
on?
long.
We're going to the silly music.
Minute long,
double
half the dimensions. For some reason, I have this spell memorized.
We would just become small. We wouldn't become tiny. Like,
It would.
yeah, we can't become so small that it'd be easier.
Did you want to send Gwynwyn with the bag? Is that why?
I drink my invisibility potion that I made.
Why don't you shrink down, jump in the bag, and then go across the zip line?
Yeah, and then the sneakier person can like sneak around.
Yeah.
What are we doing now?
Sorry.
No, Victoria, you're doing great.
I can give you the enlarge reduce.
They're both concentration if you go invisible. You want to get in the bag.
It's a potion.
Oh, it's a potion?
Yeah, it's a potion I made, so it's I don't know what the other
You
side
could put
effects
our
are.
It's a potion.
You could put our new friend in the bag.
Oh, is this the potion? Oh, yes.
You could put our new friend in the bag, and I can get out by just going downstairs.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna do
I will give you a spell scroll. You got this?
Yeah, I got
You
this.
cast
gonna go
reduce on yourself, becoming.
On our drow friends, that way we can put him in the
I have
bag.
a plan for myself. We're putting the drow in the bag. She's going invisible. And going into the bag.
The
And
drow is incredibly light this way. You stuff the drow in the bag. Not as much money can fit in there, but you stuff the drow. I'm so confused.
We're getting you to
Give me a
safety.
persuasion check with advantage, Lilia.
Way in.
Do you
They
know
probably
it?
have a way out.
Get it.
natural 20! And actually, just for the record, 19 and 20.
He looks at you. What? Why not? I've already betrayed a powerful necromancer. And he gets in this bag. You cast this spell. I told you to let me know when you use this.
Yeah.
Are you're drinking the invisibility potion now?
Yeah, I am. How awful does it taste?
You made it.
I did make it.
It's actually the first thing that tastes good.
Okay, Elle, I'm going to ask you to make me one. Gwynwyn, do me a favor. Make me one more alchemist tools check with disadvantage. This is an intelligence disadvantage.
Just intelligence?
It's your intelligence plus proficiency because you're proficient in alchemist supplies.
16.
You're all right. Gwynwyn is gone and is not shooting fireworks out of her ears as originally planned.
Oh, God.
Yes, that is what I was going to do.
We also have another thing.
Oh, God.
Right before she goes, I'm going to cast Fog Cloud on the ground.
Are you leaping out of the window, Elle?
Why wouldn't I leap out
Okay.
the window?
Oh my god.
Do you need Featherfall?
Guys, I think we're about to. So,
No, I'll be fine.
The fog will slip.
Gwynwyn,
don't
you're
think you could
invisible.
do it.
What are you doing to get out of here? Are you just trying to sneak
I'm
out?
ziplining with the bag. Oh, no, I still have
cannot-
a zipline. Because I took it, when I ziplined
Right,
down,
so-
I still have it back. So,
2 separate.
Okay, you're using the zip line plus invisibility. Just a reminder, you're gonna be climbing. It's gonna be an athletics check. Are you comfortable with what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was fine.
Going up in angle is so much harder than going down.
Mm-hmm.
Slide down.
I could zipline it down, like, away to a different building.
Sure, you could get to the fence on the outer courtyard that we described previously.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can also jump down.
You can't
You're
just jump
invisible.
down.
You're
into-
invisible.
Into the smoke while invisible.
No, I'll zipline down.
Okay. Firing the zip line, you go ahead and begin descending. And Lilia, you're dropping down into the fog cloud and
I'm waiting
bolting?
till the other wind. Yeah. But yes.
Into the other what?
No. Scratch what I said.
Cool.
I'm just, yeah.
You drop down, make me a stealth check. Gwynwyn, as you're descending down, hitting the ground there, make a quick check. Okay, the guards do not seem to see you right now. You've just hit the ground. The bag itself is being retracted. You see it's being pulled along the ground before hitting and breaking part of the outer fence as it ascends one of the nearby buildings.
Okay.
And you see up in the distance, you see just a mild silhouette at this point of a human waving to you, pulling this bag over, and off of this you hear, "Ah!" as he discovers your drow companion. What are you doing to get out of here?
I'm invisible. I'm just going to...
Okay, I'm also going to stealth check you with advantage. Lilia,
15.
you're fine. I cannot believe that.
It worked!
You know,
Escape the mansion. Nope.
The hard part.
now that we can't go
Dealt
back
with
on
in
it,
one
do
turn.
we think it's gonna bite us in the ass that we left an unconscious person that?
Well, she
hates
committed
us?
the crime.
You left the note.
Yeah, but it's not, you don't know what's on the note. And I will tell you what's on the note.
Well,
Nothing incriminating about us.
She saw you.
Yeah.
She knows your name.
Okay, well, I saw her too, sneaking upstairs to go steal right before the vault.
you all,
Went crazy.
having escaped this mansion, There's a bit of calm. Elle and Gwyn, you're straight up leaving the courtyard and gonna be gone, or
I have to
are you
return
gonna, are you gonna return and be the bodyguard again?
Yeah.
Okay. Gwynwyn, you're gone into
I'm
the
just
night.
gone.
That stealth check will get you
Let's
out of
see.
here. Gwynwyn is gone into the night, off with Chester, possibly meeting up in a little bit with Bastellus as well. You don't see him, at least so far. For the rest of you, it takes a little while before everyone is certainly evacuated. Things are calm. And High Lord Branson, looking over all the people being out here, you see he's there. He's got his hand on one of the more superior guards here. A little bit of gilding here. You do not see Tiburon, the Watcher, at all. But he's here. Walt Berenger's here. Crossman is here. Noah O'Brien is alive but still unconscious. Branson looks at all of you, kind of nodding, checking in with people he's gone around the past few minutes, making sure everyone's healthy. As steward of the Morning Lord's temple, sometimes things are dark. But always there is another dawn. I'll rebuild, and we'll have another party here, same time next year. And hopefully this time it'll be a little less steamy. I don't know why I was lion-hearting that a little bit. A little bit of levity here with this man, but I will find who did this to my home. There will be justice. I will bring them before the clerics and priestesses of the High Judge, and things will be made right. He's not looking at you guys in particular. I don't want to. I look at someone. No, but as he's looking around, get some general nods. People are okay. There's people treating their wounds. There's a couple people who are pretty hurt, but all told, it does not appear that anyone died.
Screw you guys, I have the best alibi.
Noah did not get shot by a cannon.
I was never there.
And would have objectively died. There's no chance he would have survived.
Whoever's attending him, I'm just gonna go ahead and walk over there, pull a platinum piece out of my pocket, and say, whatever you do, make sure that he knows the elephant took the bullet for him.
Specifically Silas, not...
No, yeah, that's not Silas.
General
So- yes, sir. We can do that for you.
It hurt a lot. Have you ever been hit by... Why was it loaded? How was that not a safety concern?
Oh, what? Loaded? What was loaded?
The cannon!
You were hit by a cannon?
Yes!
I'm so sorry. She takes her hands off of Branson. She'd been patching him up. Are you okay, sir? And
I'm fine.
This healer just kind of is looking you over, absolutely confused. Silas, you may not. Your shoulder's gonna be messed up for days.
Oh yeah,
You got hit in the shoulder. There is a bruise this big around. It's slowly forming, and you're gonna have a hard time swinging with your right arm tomorrow.
You want to know my health?
Tell me your health.
13.
I'm proud of it. You didn't really fight.
I didn't fight anything. I didn't get hit by
punched
anything other than a cannon. But
Grounded you pretty hard.
why was that loaded? What are these rich people?
Are you actually going to go interrogate Branson at the cannon right now?
No, I'm gonna go finish drinking somewhere alone. And
As you're all kind of sitting here, you do get the general consensus. It seems Branson has talked a little bit about. I don't know what that villain wanted in my home, but the guards will find him wherever he scurried off to, whatever darkened corner.
Yeah, I heard somebody announcing their presence.
The Lionheart.
That's a noble name for somebody.
The lion what?
wait,
Oh,
haven't we seen him?
I believe
on
he's
one
much
the
more of a
treasures?
wolf. He's been attacking the various nobility here and else. You are not from the city, is that correct?
No, I'm from the north.
Well, we of course happy to have you, and I hope you enjoyed my hospitality before it was so sorely tarnished.
I'll want to get another game in sometime.
Of course. Some of my servants will bring your your ward for the evening has won quite a bit of money from my coffers, and I hope she enjoys it.
I have the blankest look on my face. The entire time I was downstairs, I was pretending I didn't know common, so.
I apologize. Your bodyguard appears to not speak.
I'll translate.
Really should pay to teach that one proper tongue. Then he goes back and continues. And now they hate Branson.
Now?
Okay, Behringer loves Shar. I let Squawk play with an amulet of Shar. I think that Behringer and I are gonna get along way more.
Behringer got drunk at a party. That's
Yeah.
why you loved him.
Literally, I got drunk with Behringer to have a friend. Now.
As you all finish off here, is there anything specific you'd like to do before leaving here and trying to head back to the warehouse?
I'll just,
Is Behringer around though?
I'll collect my winning.
Behringer is around and is absolutely like, you see he's kind of sitting, there's a little bit of, it doesn't look like spittle, it's a little bit of dried green and brown in the corner of his lip, but a little bit of blood. Looks like he may have been hit by one of the stones that have been bursting from the ground. He's rough. Everyone here is covered in ash and stone, but the building itself is still up. It was the main ballroom and the boiler beneath it that are ruined.
I'm
Is
gonna
there-
take a little handkerchief out and dab some of the blood away.
Yeah.
Good man.
Just
You're a very nice lady, and you have a very nice dress, and I don't want to ruin it.
it's fair.
Is there a way I
I'm
can...
sorry. I don't have any butlers here. Oh, I'll be better later.
I'm gonna pull out one of the final cards that had my signature and the Defiant Smiles on it. If you ever want a drinking buddy again.
I thought the Smiles were a mercenary company.
He paints.
I
fun.
paid for mercenaries.
We also do like Big Brother work.
Oh, I have I could use a new portrait. I'll consider it. I live in the manor just northwest of the city.
I'll bring fine elven wine anytime.
Before we head out, I want to at least grab as many, like, as privately as I can.
Sure.
Yeah, is there a way
There's
to
a
get,
lot
like...
of people here, and
Yeah.
you're able to kind of step away. A lot of people are beginning to head out. They've called a bunch of Behringer carts to come bringing people home.
Yeah.
So still, like, he's still paying the money to get everyone out. It seems like even this much destruction isn't going to be enough to empty the coffers of a High Lord.
Well,
Speaking to her in Elvish, just for the extra security, and to maintain the illusion, there's an unconscious drow upstairs? Like, outside the vault?
Describe.
Begins
Yeah.
describing
Yeah,
this
describe.
very familiar
No.
You didn't know that... so I'm going
I
to go
don't
ahead.
know her name,
You
but
don't know
I
her
wanted
name.
to stab her.
But I'm going to use it anyways. You're familiar with Labathel, who you hurt. You hurt quite a bit, and who had to run away last time you fought.
I did not kill her.
You know that she is one of Zarathal's.
What was the name of the guy that we took
Scions.
with us?
Ketrith.
We have...
K-E-T.
R-I-T-H.
Y'all adopted someone else?
Catcher.
Yeah. Wait.
New pet.
Is anyone doing anything else before we all head home in a carriage rather than running along rooftops?
When we're in the carriage, just
Good.
You were so
This
talented.
is total phantom thievery. It's to leave in their carriage that they paid for.
In that case, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have the carriage on the way home to get some rest, to look at the horrifying purple-green bruise on Silas's shoulder,
It's just
and see what's going on next.
Carefully.
We'll be right back, everybody.
All right.
Hey, we're back, everybody. I think we should be good now. All right. Oh, we're still on. So it's still the same evening. You guys all have been brought into one of the luxury Behringer carts. Behringer, one of the things he's in charge of course, as you remember, is the Wainwright Guild, or the Wagon Makers Guild. Makes these wonderful carriages that are commissioned by the wealthy individuals of Eltz. You all now find yourselves within one of the larger wagons here. Silas, you're actually here with everyone. The stagecoach, it's really, I guess stagecoach is more accurate, is being controlled by a person who's sitting outside. You have the relative sense that you guys have mostly privacy in here. No magic if you're inspecting for magic.
Gwynwyn's not there.
oh, yeah.
Gwynwyn is the only one who's not present here. We'll talk about what Gwynwyn is doing in just a little bit. But the four of you are getting to relax in here.
Relax. Have casual conversation.
Have we
I'm
done that
saying
yet?
this in each and every one of your minds.
We may
Do
have...
not talk about any stealing anything
I think it.
until we are absolutely alone.
Yeah,
What'd you say?
I'm glad we got to go to a party. I mean, it didn't end well for everybody, I guess.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It was.
Do you see?
Was it nice? I was hanging out with the horses the whole time.
Yeah.
I got to play poker or Dragon Nine Lords Bluff. Sorry.
I got
Oh, yeah, I'm
shot
familiar with that.
by a
Did you do good?
cannon.
Ella's sitting there with a small chest in her lap.
I did really well, actually. I played poker with I played Nine Lords Bluff with the Prince of Elts.
Okay.
So that was fun. He's really nice, actually.
Did you get his digits?
He knows that I exist and also am in Elts.
Well, you know where he
So,
lives.
yes.
Hey,
so.
a royal knows you exist.
That's really fun and not at all stressful.
In a way, just to give some societal context here, it's actually when you received the princess's favor, the princess didn't ever meet you.
Right.
But it was, the winner of the hunt is given my favor. Thank you for saving the city.
So
Yeah.
you got an in with royalty.
I mean,
that's good.
I will probably only ever see him standing up on stages and talking to his people, but it was really nice to talk to him.
Play your cards right.
I mean,
you might
Oh.
be. You might be
Just make a
on
quick
the stage with
improvisation
him.
weapon.
played my cards 1,000 platinum, right?
What?
Guy?
A what?
You hear up in the state from the front of the station. Oh!
You did.
I successfully won in a couple games of Nine Lords Bluff because he
You played for like an hour.
Right, he paid for my way in, which was 100 platinum, and I paid him back at the end because I won all of the games. I told you I wanted to play
Wait,
some cards.
And they're not
you won
scared
how
of you?
much?
I don't know why you
1,000
were surprised.
I won 1,100 platinum, but I had to give back my initial bet. There was no way I could just keep that.
Did he ask for
Just
No.
casual, cool 1,000 platinum. Okay.
Yeah.
They're trying to do math in my head.
Good job. I'm not surprised at all.
You're not
Well, make it
surprised.
nighttime, by the way.
No, I say out
My
loud.
bad.
This is just so you know, there may be a new guest, new friend of mine that
You
I
made-
met at the ball.
You made friends at the ball. That's wonderful.
Yeah, at our home
You
when
made
we get
friends. You made a lot of friends today. You were a hero.
Yeah.
Silas, your shoulder is throbbing at this point, and you're realizing the injury you sustained is more severe than you thought. You may have only been you were grazed by a magic cannon.
That was grazed?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, if you had been directly hit, you would have been dead.
Right. You essentially dove in front of someone, and as it drifted along your shoulder, like you ducked under this and barely got hit, nearly took you out.
Did you, I don't know, maybe make some connections? Like maybe promote, Rickard's store with the sculptures that we're going to be doing in the future? Maybe draw some foot traffic?
I told people about the
You didn't, did you?
smiles. The smiles.
Are you drunk?
He's very drunk. Look at him.
Oh,
This
this is a disgustingly stinky elephant man at the
It's
moment.
just occurred to me. I just thought you got gross in the thing.
Look, I have never felt more alive. Hit me right now.
I hit.
I'm.
You hit him?
Yeah.
Make a strength check.
Do it
Can I
again.
argue for with advantage?
7.
Spawn gives her
He
advantage.
fully just hits you in the shoulder.
I'm gonna
It's not very hard.
I'm gonna use one of my superiority dice to riposte. Flick him on the forehead.
Flicks you on the forehead. All right. As you all continue
Finger
along your
smells.
way home, let's jump from the finely maintained streets of Hollyfandra as you continue on your way home in the carriage, up to the rooftops, where
She's in play mode.
Come here.
She will not let me have
I
her.
heard a gremlin.
Come here.
Oh, that was
Oh, well, whatever. No familiars for you, I suppose.
Play mode.
She's in full play mode.
So, up high above Hollyfandra, heading almost to the wall itself, walks a man in leather armor, crossbow dangling on a leather strap on his side, a green dyed green hardened leather jerkin on top, with a huge bag on his shoulder that he's carrying. Behind him, there is a drow who's helping support the other end of the bag. And Gwynwyn. You are walking to what Chester described as a rendezvous point at this moment. It's just you, the rest of the party. You saw they got in the carriage and are headed out. You're confident your friends are currently safe. The drow is pretty quiet, given that neither of you speak Elvish.
Yeah.
But Chester's here with you. Well, that was...
It went better than I thought. I honestly thought I was gonna have to burn down the
I
manor.
owe the Lionheart 3 silver.
Wait, did you bet that we would fail?
No, I bet that the mansion would be burned to the ground.
I mean, that's fair. I would have placed that bet too.
Or, you know, I also would have if you had liquefied Branson. That also was an option.
Fair, yeah.
Well, it feels like you have quite a haul. Did you get the fox?
We got the statue.
All right.
We got everything magical that was in that vault. And a lot of money.
It may be the case. I should have Bastellus explain. That is concerning to a degree, but we should. Honestly,
Criminals. We found a lot of money, a lot of jewels. We found diamond dust. You know how valuable that is?
oh, all right. Win one win. We're gonna take it down a step. We are still sneaking here on these roofs, but
This is her first time hanging out with Chester.
long.
You're now on top of this one roof that you can see. There's like there are clotheslines that have been set up. It looks like they normally would have roof access here, but as you're over here, he places the bag on top of the roof access sort of trap door and waits. A few minutes later, a battered, bruised, but still standing Bastellus makes his way onto the roof.
Do you want healing?
No, I'll handle it when I return back to home.
You want to go ahead and fill in Bastellus as to what the hell you've been doing? You know, so Bastellus' task was to distract a bunch of the guards of Hollyphandra, just in case things went too poorly, which I would say middling results. You guys are really good at your jobs.
Yeah, I'll tell him that we didn't burn down the manor, but we did make a boiler float and do a lot of damage, and there was a lot of damage done to the manor, but we did succeed in the ultimate goal. But there was also Zarathel's men.
All right. Well, that does mean it's a bit of good and a bit of bad. We should consider going after Zarathal soon.
Yes.
If you guys need,
They mentioned the fox.
you got a bit of time to prepare before we head over and try to face off Zarathal and try to cleanse the city of well, huh? Can you please take that away from her?
Oh, she's getting so mad.
That's okay.
Okay, no, it's okay. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
The look of betrayal.
Yeah, that's fine.
Why did I have to do it? Now I'm the bad guy.
But Bastellus, well, we did agree that you'll keep the fox in your possession until you're ready. If you'd like that high window you have over in the front side of your warehouse. Put a candle on it in the evening when you're ready to talk, and we can head out and use that thing and try to find Zarathal. If he knew about it, we don't have a lot of time before maybe he moves where he's at.
They were prepared to get into that vault. They knew that they would need cold magic to get in, and they said the fox specifically.
Well, we're not the only ones who'd hear about Branson bragging to all the rest of his noble friends. So that's not too surprising, and a bit of digging could figure out that he's got a vault, but I'm glad you got what you're looking for. Now, I believe you said you'd stolen a lot of the magical gear?
Anything magical in the vault we grabbed.
Well, short of other than fighting Zarathal, you might consider setting aside any sort of plans you had and consider laying low for quite a while. You know, maybe get a suntan over on your on top of your warehouse.
The only thing I think we were gonna do was look about Zarathal and the murderer in case they come after Silas now that he announced himself as a painter.
as you kind of continue filling in Bestellus kind of becomes a little bit quieter, giving Chester a little more of a chance. That was the most talking Bestellus. It seems that Bestellus was in the heat of a battle, and now he's a little more calm. He becomes a little bit more quiet, kind of folding his arms a little bit, being a little more stoic in how he's acting. Well, is there anything else we can do tonight? Your friends still all holding up? 4 limbs or
Everyone seemed to be
5?
standing at least.
All right.
Can Keith come to the warehouse?
I mean, I'm just dragging him along with me. This is also.
I need to know how you're going to try to. So, are you speaking with Ketrith?
Yeah, I'll speak in common and just be like.
The elf just continues babbling at you, trying to speak in Elvish, and Bestellus responds to him. As the two kind of begin talking.
No.
Bestellus kind of talking a little bit. You see, as he is talking with Ketrith, it's pretty clear on Ketrith's face. Ketrith does not seem interested in going somewhere with. He's like, we're cool. I helped you because you didn't murder me and you helped me get free. I don't want to go. Can you take her out of the room?
Okay.
Do you want to give her toy back?
I will. I'll
The goal is just to make her not making a sound at the moment. Sorry.
Sweet baby.
But you see, all of you are the worst. Everyone over here giggling.
It was your face. You just look so defeated.
Sorry.
So you see, as Bestellus is talking with Ketrith, your drow friend doesn't seem too keen on heading with you. You should. What do you want me to say? I can try to translate for you.
I'm gonna say, you ran away from a fight once, and he found you. You're better off staying with us if you want to be safe from Zarenthal.
I'm gonna hand you a die. This is sort of like a help that you're getting over here from Bestellus.
Okay.
But go ahead and make me a persuasion check through him. The reason I'm not giving you advantage is sort of you're using a translator, so you have disadvantage, but he's providing some other benefit to you.
Persuasion?
Yes, Victoria just got a
13.
13 and just added a D12. What did you roll, like a 1 on the D12?
A 5.
Yeah, okay. A 13, okay. As you and Bestellus are speaking with Ketrith, begins speaking a little bit of the beautiful kind of wind-like whispers of low Elvish, and as it goes on, Bestellus turns to you. He says, "All right, but you got to vouch for him for the wizard lady.
Will do. This meeting will not attack
This is
you.
a real scarred individual."
What did you do to him?
I don't know what she did, but I will promise she will not attack.
I almost killed him in 6 seconds.
I tried to warn them, but they wanted to talk about poker.
Then let's go ahead and cut away a little bit here. If there's nothing else, Gwynwyn,
Nope,
for Chester,
that's
and Chester, of course, gives you a little bow, something you didn't. That's something you're not super used to. Gives you a little polite bow, a little more formal than you've seen Chester in the past. Before the two of them leave, now they do they do actually bring you over to get you home. They got a normal, not a Behringer, but like a really shoddy cart, and you're able to kind of ride home in this basic little cart, hidden bag. You do notice maybe some people checking out on the rooftops, a crossbow ready in case someone messed with you on your way home. But after Chester guides you and the loot home with Ketrith, we find ourselves sitting here in the large open space in the lower level of the warehouse. What would you all like to do?
Victoria is crying.
Bed.
I want to talk to Ketrith when he gets there.
Okay. You all, with Gwynwyn finally here with this big bag.
I would have grabbed it for you.
Silas, you want to come over and just using your other hand try to help her just whoop, carry it over?
Really heavy.
It made it! You made it!
Silence beat me.
We should be criminals. We would be so good at it.
Let's do crime!
Hey guys, we stole a lot
Do
tonight.
crime, be girl boss.
Yes.
That's not quite the slogan, but I like the energy.
Can we get inside and discuss this?
Yes.
We are.
Petrith makes big eyes seeing his meanie.
Meaning
You're not allowed
No.
to attack him.
Don't touch.
I'm sheathing my scimitar as
No.
you say that.
I have given help to your friends, as the Seldarine have guided. Please do not burn me.
I won't burn
Burned him?
I won't burn you.
Or do other forms of damage.
Or do other forms of damage. You seem to be,
I wish to clear my name before leaving your presence. I do not wish to cause harm. No harm is wishing to be caused.
I don't want to harm you. You were working for Zarathal, and Elle vouched for you earlier. Said don't attack, and the carriage ride back.
All right, what are we all doing while we're here in this abode?
I'm pulling out the loot from the bag.
I'll mind link with you and say, do you mind if I just listen in on our friend's thoughts while you
Absolutely.
Talk to him.
I'll talk for a little bit.
And you get surface level thoughts without the save? Is that it?
Yeah, without the save, yeah.
Is she looking at me? Do I need to sit up straight? Wait, what if I'm too formal? You can hear him. He's desperately, like he's been counting where the exits are. However, you mainly get just the most general emotion is it's a fear that's getting calmer. It was like he was a little bit manic about this because he's been, you know this. He worked for Zarathal, got his ass kicked, tried to quit, got enslaved by Zarathal with this magical collar.
My intentions are purely selfish.
Sure.
I'm looking for maybe some information on my mother that maybe he might know.
Surface thoughts, nothing.
I'll probe deeper.
This just gives you, and it's like the specifics of his thoughts. I believe what you get. It's not reading his past.
I'll have to pull up the actual text. but-
Whatever, I believe it's an intelligence saving throw, but I rolled a 7 on the die, so I'm gonna fail.
Yeah.
Whatever you're casting on.
Check thoughts?
Yeah.
While we're doing that, did we start on the basement? Do we have any kind of a...
No.
No, you guys have fixed the roof now. We're working on the rooms. That could be something you're doing during downtime when you get started.
So, we're friends. We've been through something together. I whacked you hard.
It can be as you say.
I know you were working for Zarathal, but what do you normally do when you're not working for a, sort of super evil necromancer?
I was a hunter. I gathered food for my people with Ilsa.
Are you gonna go back there?
I'm not certain would be welcomed back to my people, and the necromancer has killed my companion. There's not much for me to return to there.
Well, like I said, we're allies or friends or whatever you want to call it. And
Bonus action in your head. Ask him who his people are.
who are your people again? Do you know? I'm not that familiar with Drow. I'm sorry.
So, probing deeper. If it fails, you gain insight into its reasoning, if any, its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind, such as something it worries over, loves, or hates.
Okay.
Questions verbally directed at the target creature naturally shape the course of its thoughts, so this spell is particularly effective as part of interrogation.
My people, my people live beneath the Red Ridge Mountains. And this, you start seeing, you've heard of true drow cities, and what you see visualized in this man's mind is less than the spectacle you've heard in the past. You do see drow, but it looks like wherever he's from, this wasn't one of the Underdark, ruled by a matron, one of the drow matrons. This looks much more like, you see briefly, it looks like wherever he lived, there were dwarves present where he was as well. Zarathal worked with my people for some time. I knew him as a healer before he hired me for my services. As time has gone on, his work has shifted, and I'm not proud of what I did, but
We all do things, good and bad.
when you can to send coin back to your family is important.
I can respond to your like mental message, right?
Sure.
Yeah, we're connected.
Do you have a name I can ask about that you'd be okay with me asking about?
Ask him if he's familiar with a Priscilla.
Have you ever? Sorry, weird question. Do you know of any drow women that might go by Priscilla by chance? I promise I'll stop. Past
The
you after
smallest flicker. This isn't a concrete thing. He thinks back. Now this man is this is an adult drow man. He's probably in around 250. You know.
Okay.
He's a solid adult. He's been around for a while. He hunted for his people for so long. I have known matrons with this name. It is uncommon for. I'm sorry. There is still dialect here. He's trying to place the word in a way that you'd catch. It is not a word that would be of the lower born drow. That would be something you'd see within one of the temples, perhaps. I believe I've known a few Priscillas. One of which was one of the. He kind of thinks of wording it. There was one who carved stone for the great moon within the temple. Illustre, the moon, the daughter of the moon. And another who was a hunter like I was, though I did not know her or her companion well, just someone I passed in my travels. It is the second one that gives you a flicker, and you see this flicker of white silver hair that you feel some connection with what's going on. Perhaps. But if not the priestess or the traveler, no, I do not know this Priscilla. Certainly not well.
And you haven't seen, I assume, either of them recently at all?
No.
Okay. Last question, and then actually have kind of a gift, maybe. Is there anyone... We're going after Zarathal. Is there anyone we should help free while we're there?
Zarathal, in his tower, there are many dangers. I would be most careful traversing there. Though he typically waits and issues orders from the peak of his tower, he keeps those who he plans to experiment on far, far below. Any you find while ascending his tower are likely already subjected to his experiments.
Thank you.
He has already killed my companion. There is nothing. There is no one there there is no one there with which I have fondness for.
Well,
The companion, when he's speaking, you see the spider that you encountered back in the caves.
That's what I figured.
Zarathal has killed the spider since then.
well,
Do you want revenge?
I want his death, but I dare not face him. I cannot.
are you planning to leave town? Do you need somewhere to go?
It sounds like you all are intending to slay Zarathal. With him dead, I could find work here in the city.
Okay. Well, if you do decide to leave town and you think you can make your way to Jubilee, let me know. I might have a letter of recommendation for you.
That's the opposite side of the continent, but he considers it for a moment. You guys want to start looking through
Well, just in case he wanted to get as far away from here as possible.
It looks like his thing is Zarathal's the problem, and he's too strong. I can't fight him. He put a collar on my neck.
Does he need somewhere to sleep?
Yeah, we can show him around agreement.
I will find a place a bit. He kind of looks around. I will find a place a bit darker and a bit quieter. Be no offense.
Fair
Check
enough.
out
Reasonable.
my uncle Rickard. He sells hammocks. So
I will think about this, Kin. Gonna give you a little bit of a nod. You guys want to look through all your loot?
Yes,
You want your
yeah.
goodies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
I have a
I'm
question
going.
about my loot.
I, Victoria, will cry.
Mine too.
I've put together all the pieces of the puzzle correctly. Thank you, Jake. If Jake put together the pieces of the puzzle correctly and told me about it. I don't know, a dwarf swinging from treetop to treetop using bardic inspiration with a suspicious accent.
I'm sorry, this is a male dwarf. I need to make sure you're aware this is not Finland.
No, it's not. I know his name. I know his first name.
I want to
okay.
know.
Jake figured it out, but I also figured it out from Jake's prodding.
Don't look at me.
If Jake goes 2 for 2 on his other conspiracy, I'm going to scream.
I'm only here to write conspiracy theories.
Well,
Is it?
Our drow friend looks like he might be a flight risk, just in case, by the door. I'm not saying this.
oh, is he captured here?
No. If he walks out the door, I want to make sure he has something with him. Silas is going to leave an obvious pouch of 20 gold by the door.
Aww. Yeah, you go ahead and mark that 20 gold.
yeah. Oh, I already did.
Absolutely. You give him a little bit of coin. He gives you a little bit of a nod, and you can see he's not leaving the city because you guys are gonna go take care of this guy. He's actually not leaving quite yet. You know, if he asks for a little bit of food while he's here.
Oh, does he? You gave him some money, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't look like he hasn't glanced twice at the open sack of gold. By the way, it doesn't seem like that.
He helped you get out. He should get
Stealing from you would be a death sentence.
Oh, I will give him some money too. How much did you give him?
I gave him 20 gold, like enough to have him settled until Zerothal dead.
I'll give him 3 platinum.
He just had to show you up. That's what it was.
That's 30 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a little bit up.
As you all begin going through your items, Connor, you had a question for me as people begin detecting magic and identifying all these different items.
Yeah, I had this beautiful blue cloak that I stole.
You didn't give it to me?
The flowing cloak.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, I have some stuff to add to the pile.
This is so. I will say this. I don't know if. And I'm excited to see how Connor feels about it because it's not a new item. It's not an item you're unfamiliar with.
I'm so excited about it.
Looking at this cloak, you have a huh?
Nothing. Go. Keep going.
As you look at this cloak, it does have at first it appears that it has like a high collar, and you realize that someone has sewn an additional collar, not super great, on top of this, like a pointed, very ostentatious sorcerer's robe. But the cloak itself is the actual magic component, and as you look at it, the edges itself are almost starched, giving it a very clean appearance. It's dark blue on the outside. On the inside, though, is a deep red that descends almost into blackness. This cloak, assuming identification is done over the course of the next couple of days, is something known as a Cloak of the Mountebank.
Hell yeah.
You're familiar with this particular
I thought it
item.
was the other cloak, the cloak of perpetual motion.
I thought it was the
that was
perpetual motion.
No, the one that was just a cloak that always
It's
floated.
just always like
bullshit.
it's always.
Billowing the cloak.
The billowing cloak.
Yeah.
We would have put it on Silas.
That was Connor's first ever magic item at
Yeah.
our table, I think.
That was,
Will you remind the audience what the cloak of a
The cloak
Mountebank
of
does?
the Cloak of the Mountebank is it is an item that allows you to cast the spell Dimension Door once a day.
so cool. You're gonna look so
Be
snazzy.
teleporting everywhere.
Wait, no, you
have so many
rich.
coats.
I look like fucking Doctor Strange right now. Just like
This cloak does smell
Horrible
faintly
collar on
of
it.
brimstone. One strange thing about it, and it does not require attunement.
It smells like farts, like rotten farts.
It doesn't smell great.
So it smells like fun.
It also would be particularly easy for Silas to track if he knew he was looking for you. So it's not.
Oh, buddy.
Is
Guess
actually,
what?
I would say there's actually a
coming with me on a
mechanical
lot of
effect
trips with
to
this thing.
an item having a specific smell. Is Silas, if you know you're looking for this cloak, it's a little easier.
Brimstone.
So you can sneak them out.
Chloe, you said before we go into the new stuff, I'm happy to go through the older stuff.
I
Chloe,
have-
you have something of interest?
Yeah, I have 2 things. One
no.
was a silver bracelet with a cracked ruby worth 350 GP. I stole it off a rich lady in the sunroom.
This bracelet, once repaired, has the ability to grant a user who is attuned to this item the ability to cast the spell Firebolt using their intelligence as their spellcasting ability score. It is a defensive tool.
I can.
It is still currently damaged and will likely cost you somewhere between 100 and 200 golds to repair.
Just sell it.
No.
I mean, I can already cast that cantrip, so
I mean, you could.
it gives you a long range weapon.
I have a sling, and my intelligence is the worst.
I'll take it if nobody wants it.
It's still a pretty bracelet.
It is very fun. If you,
You
if,
can-
I'm gonna put it in party loot. Bracelet
Yeah.
of casting firebolt.
Yeah, bracelet
We saw
firebolt.
it's
It
broken.
takes 100 to 200 GP to fix. And then I also have a ring I got from I'm not gonna call her by her name, Lamb Chop.
oh,
I took her ring.
the ring itself controls the collar. Did you leave the collar behind?
Yes.
Okay. The ring itself is what activates the collar. She was using a bonus action on her turn to continue the compulsion effect. It, combined with the collar, allows you to cast the spell Dominate Monster on a creature that is wearing the collar.
Oh wow, that's evil.
Yes.
Does it work with all colors?
No. You do need that. You do need the collar.
Stick one on Zereth. So it's useless.
So we've got the big items. We got a weird spell book. We have a handle to a weapon. We have a fox, and we have the strange magical contraption that Gwynwyn has. The collection of vials of the incomplete alchemical.
They grabbed the snake on our arm.
And
too,
a snake, yeah.
Yes, the snake itself is not so much a magical item you can utilize. This is something familiar to you. Unlike before, where it was an animated snake, this appears to have been configured and damaged at this point, where it's just another limp metallic construct. It is it's expensive, but this is the familiar by which Zerathal has granted additional spells to yet another person.
If you want to donate to me, I can melt it down into ingots.
Yeah.
You have access to a forge.
I'm still
Yeah.
working on getting that blacksmithing proficiency.
Nice.
I could take it to
The little luck.
Finjan Lucksmith.
Finjan. Like,
Yeah.
That's too.
That's who
Yeah.
that's El's
I
job.
was like the smith guy.
You can give it to me and I'll take it there and
All
work
right.
there.
Let's talk.
Trying to
And
get
also,
something.
there was the 4 greater healing potions. So it seems like some people want to really hear about the spell book and the hilt of the sword.
I can.
So let's talk about that plant instead.
Yes.
The plant itself is Second Sun's Sage, which is a material that is used for summoning daemons,
That could be fun.
or otherwise known as Yugalos, the neutral evil outer creature. It is not a magical item, but is a component that is difficult to cultivate, requiring certain conditions of light and humidity.
Well,
Are you asking for the sage? You want to take that and just bring that over to your room?
Yeah, I'm
Put
proper.
it back under lock and key.
I'm properly going to be disposing of it whenever I can figure out the right way to get rid of it.
That's fun.
S-U-N or S-O-N?
It's
Oh my god.
Sun or sun?
Oh my god.
S-O-N.
Okay.
That's a good point.
I was actually
It's
wondering.
the idea of it is there's an old story about it. You know what? Someone wanted to make me a nature or a history check. I could explain the name.
I like history.
Go for it. It's a little bit different. You'd have advantage on this check, by the way, as Meanie.
Can I also roll it then?
Yes. Specifically.
Natural one.
Natural 1? Not sure.
This is wrong. A natural 20 for history.
Yes. Or nature, preferably.
Nature would be a 25.
25?
History would be a 28.
You're aware this uses a material for summoning certain forms of outsiders, most common daemons. But you know the story actually relates to it's not a true story. It's just a good moralistic story
Yeah.
of a jealous second son who had to watch his brother be left all the inheritance, and as such turned to black magic, which not only led to the end of his brother's life, but also the ruination of their kingdom that they could have shared together.
Oh wow, that is why I know the story.
I'm sorry.
It's almost like she has an older sibling.
No. I'm not saying that Victoria knows the story. I'm saying, oh, Ismini knows the story.
Yeah, how many, you had that one older sister? You have a brother too, but we like him. Right?
You have an older sister.
Why am I getting death flags for your older sister?
Ooh, as Minnie takes a long sip out of her wine. Let's see
For my
here.
cucumber.
You know what, I'm gonna ask Amanda, Victoria, and Cloves each roll a d20. The highest one, I'll identify their item next. the item that most clearly relates their character.
Stop.
Another natural
Why
20.
am I even
Victoria.
rolling?
Hold on.
You
I've
beat
heard
her.
2 so far. Are they both you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Victoria. This tome is Dr. Lashau's spellbook, otherwise known as an Atlas of Endless Horizons. This book was once the personal journal of a wizard from a school known as the Tower of Aeons. Well, it has long been lost. It does still retain all of its magic.
Wait, the tower or the book?
The book
If
was
the
lost.
Tower of Aeons has been lost, we have to work.
I know, that's what I was thinking.
This book, this Atlas of Endless Horizon, has a couple of things in it. First, it has a collection of spells in it, which are all conjuration themed.
Of course.
It is an attunement item. Now, you can use it as a spellbook without attuning, but it has no effects. If you are attuned to this item, it has 3 charges. You can use 1 charge to replace a prepared spell with a conjuration spell. Or spend a charge when you're hit by an attack to teleport up to 10 feet to an unoccupied space you can see as a reaction, possibly dodging that attack.
I want that.
There are 3 people who could technically use it. Clella and Amanda, what were your rolls on that luck check?
19. I can't believe you beat me.
Oh, well.
Amanda,
It was fast.
this is this is not a potion they're preparing, but some sort of ink. They're a collection of vials. They're catalysts to finish the concoction. One of them is red, one of them is yellow, and one of them is violet. This is ink to make some sort of magical tattoo. It is not prismatic ink. It is not the incredibly powerful magic that you are familiar with that makes elves famous. But it appears you could do some study maybe during your downtime to figure out what the effects are. You could also blindly combine one of these catalysts in there to just randomly see its effect.
No, I learned my lesson about blindly adding things. Not
I like
good.
it.
Did you?
I did. I promise I did.
Finally, and I want to be very clear, though I had Clella roll for this, there are 4 people I could see potentially arguing over this. This handle is not a damaged weapon. It is an artifact known as the Martyr's Lament, an ancient sun blade.
Yep.
This weapon, while you're attuned to it, you are able to conjure a blade of pure light. You do this as a bonus action. Some of the mechanics we'll talk about a little bit later. It is particularly effective against the undead. However, this sacred relic appears somewhat damaged. You notice that there is a bit of dullness to the actual yellow crystal, the blade that is on its pommel. The blade itself has small amounts of tarnish. Mechanically, it is currently a +1 weapon, but does not appear to be in its full glory at the moment. It emits quite a bit of light. That is sunlight that it emits. Yes, Jake?
Is this blade bludgeoning damage?
It is a D8 finesse weapon that deals radiant damage.
I don't want it.
Radiant.
I want it because I already push people around and I want a lightsaber.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair,
There's a
actually.
good reason.
I understand
Roll
also.
up, roll up.
Clella also wants the sword.
I don't use swords enough to
I was like, I will give it to you, but I will
no.
cry every one
thought
time
you
we
were
go through
making
a
a sword.
full.
She is.
I made 1 sword so far. It was an okay sword. I'm not proficient in blacksmithing.
As you consider how to divvy these up, now I believe you guys discussed during the break wanting to take a couple of days off before heading over to the Zarathal mission.
I think we should take like a week.
No, we need to go as soon as possible,
He's
but
pretty
we have to let
injured.
Can I
him.
do a medicine check to see how long I have till this is healed up?
Give me a medicine check. You have Gwynwyn helping if you want to roll with advantage.
Flat
I'm
roll.
looking over.
I'm still poisoned.
Gwynwyn, do you want to look him over instead?
I'll look him over.
Cool. As the party kind of begins examining you, looking at all of this.
Trashed.
Cops.
I wasn't gonna say it.
Yeah, that's a good roll too. A 3.
3. Couple of days, no more than 5 though. You don't know. He's a good guy. He's tough. He's probably not going to have any lingering injury from what happened.
I'll just be doing push-ups in the morning to make it feel better.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm figuring out what all I'm purchasing in the downtime and learning.
I will let you guys know. Just little bit of meta, because I think that's very helpful to keep the game rolling. You're for deciding on who's getting what magical item, for deciding on doing some purchases during the interim. We're all going to be able to, like, you don't have to lock those in today. We're going to have to talk during our off time before next week's session. Okay. So consider it. You guys can do a little bit of RP talking about it. If there's an item that you guys are like, no, let's figure this item out, please feel free to hash it out. We're going to go ahead and kind of jump ahead in time, giving Ketrith the ability to head off, find his own darkened corner to relax somewhere. He does tell you he's going to do some hiding within the weeds, where it's difficult to follow a single man who does not want to be found. It seems, you get the general sense you might see. Might not be the last time you see Ketrith. As we're continuing along, are there any of those items we wanted to talk about before I continue?
Sunblade's all yours.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Also, a reminder: tuning to an item doesn't mean it's yours forever. You can always shift.
I don't.
Spell book.
I don't plan
Should
on
be
swinging a
yours.
sword
I would like to remind you guys of something. These items have immense, not immeasurable, but immense value.
If we get caught with
If you get caught with them, if you're publicly using them, I should let you know that the Martyr's Lament has been handled by Eltsian clerics of the Morning Lord for over 5 centuries.
Should we sell it on the black market then instead?
No.
I was
I
more
think-
saying you might consider being subtle in your usage of it until it's an option your character would be somewhat aware of.
Could I get the spell list of the book?
Yes, it is
Long.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spells.
Okay.
true.
It's all a collection of conjuration spells: Arcane Gate, Dimension Door, Gate, Misty Step, Far Step, Thunder Step, Word of Recall. That last one is very high level.
Yeah. I'm gonna want to learn a few spells out of it.
Yes, you're gonna take time.
Yeah.
So you're in here studying your spell.
I'm not gonna be carrying the
what are
book
the
with
spells?
me because I'm afraid of getting caught with it.
The book itself is not as famous. You'd have to, if Branson found out, sure. But the sword itself is a very rare artifact.
We take it to go fight
It's gonna
Zerandol.
come in handy for
Zerandol.
Zerandol.
Third level.
Cause-
I wanted to learn Thunderstep so bad. I have 3 levels of spells, like things,
Spell
learn
learn.
spells.
Oh, I suppose with that I could mention one other thing. Connor, can you roll me 2d8? Jake, can you roll me 2d10? Gwynwyn, can you roll me 2d8? Victoria, can you roll me... it's Mina, can you roll me 2d6? And Elle, can you roll me 2d8? As all of you reach 6th level.
Finally.
Yes!
I can't believe I thought everyone understood what I was doing.
We're like, I thought this went well.
what you were
Connor
doing.
got it. and
I
rolled
thought
an
I-
eight.
That's why I'm so happy.
As soon as you said
Connor,
10 for him,
can I
I
ask
was
you
like,
to do me a favor?
No.
Will you write these numbers down for me?
Sure.
I appreciate you. All right, Connor, you got an 8. Jake,
6.
6 for Jake. Amanda,
8 makes up for the ones I rolled last time.
except for the 1s. 8 for Amanda. Victoria,
2.
2. It happens.
It happens.
Remember,
It
you
was
have your
the higher
ward
of the
too.
two.
Your ward still goes up too, so it's gonna be fine. And finally,
Yeah.
Lilia, Clella,
6.
6. Mostly pretty good rolls. We had one bad. I would say we had one bad roll.
I'm not rolling these
It's
dice
gonna
ever
happen.
again.
Like bad rolls will happen.
It's better than the 2 nat ones I rolled.
The coming
last
days are
level.
filled with a lot of recovery for Silas. You actually get an offer from Adon. He comes over. Hey man, I heard, Ismini told me you were having a hard time with your shoulder. I brought this. Don't laugh, but I got this. There's this ointment I used to use when I had like really hard issues with my shoulder. Honestly, it's topical, but it really does help. Some of the healers over in the Barrows have been really helpful in my time here. It's very cold though. If you try to store this somewhere warm, it will get colder.
I have liquid in my mouth.
He's just giving you Bengay.
So. Okay.
Come on, big guy.
Okay.
Tough it up. And
I'm just gonna let
spend
it
some time giving you shoulder rubs,
Yeah.
helping you out a little bit, doing a little bit of PT.
Just 2 bros. Like
Yeah,
throwing
just
out.
2 bros. No, absolutely. Spending some time here. Thorn, what are you doing during your time here where you relax, take a bit of downtime?
I did swallow another shard,
Yes?
Yeah.
so I'm gonna kind of in my room in the mornings just kind of test what I can do.
Connor, I have to tell you that Laurentius permanently has Devil's Sight.
Nice.
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 Assuming you keep the fragment.
I think I'll keep it unless someone takes it from me.
Can I take?
Gwynwyn, I'm assuming you want to do some study on that ink, or is there something else you'd
I
like
was
to
gonna
work on?
poke at the eggs though. Because the egg has just kind of been in here for a while, and it's been a few days.
I'll
So-
help you poke on the egg.
I was
wanna
going to say,
figure out what this
I had to
is.
talk to Victoria about that here.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
It is in. You have set up an altar in your room. What do we? When she wants to look at the egg, are you bringing the egg out?
I will be bringing the egg out because I've described my room before to you, but I have one chair. There are no rugs.
Bed.
Do you put
There
laundry
are no
on the
pillows
chair?
on the floor. There is nothing in there so that anybody would want to spend more than 3 seconds in my room.
It's not
with me.
inviting. It's the anti-inviting.
It's completely uninviting.
There's nothing to sit on.
Well, for me,
So
I
this
will
is-
sit on the chair and you can sit on the floor in my room.
Silas has been laying on.
Do you put
So-
laundry on the chair most of the time? Still,
Squawk nests in the chair.
of course.
I do need to ask what other tasks you're doing here, and that'll become apparent in a second. What other tasks are you doing during this downtime?
Just research about trying to figure out what this egg is, and then also a little bit more about these inks.
Okay, give me an alchemist check. It's gonna be intelligence plus proficiency here. An alchemy tip kit.
15.
A 15? I can tell you either basic information about a 1d3 amount of these 3 catalysts, or I can tell you the basic goal of the project, though you won't know the final version of it.
The
Of what this-
catalyst.
the catalysts? Excellent. It's gonna be, roll me a d6, and so roll a d3 for me. So it's 1 and 2 is 1.
6.
6. So all 3. These 3 catalysts are conjured, are essence of conjured creatures, elementals, magical beasts from the outer planes. Their essence distilled down with their related resonant materials of the material plane for fire, lightning, and poison. Some sort of ink that can be catalyst to relate to one of these things. Lilia, what are you doing during your downtime?
I really should study this, the Martyr's Lament.
Are you have to say play with your lightsaber?
Yeah, I was gonna say that. But one, I have a shift tomorrow.
Where have you been? Come on, we got orders.
Okay, yeah, and I get to my shift. I'm still working on that blacksmithing proficiency, and then I'm really booked this week. The day after, I have a fight. They're gonna do posters. Jam is coming. I can't miss it. So
Yeah,
that's what I do with my downtime, and I run my 5 days.
Heading off to work, you spend your downtime getting a little bit more practice here with your blacksmithing tools. You do find out that night you went out for the actual manor, Jam unfortunately came hoping to see a fight, but none of her friends who were there. Well, she doesn't know most of you, but a couple of you. But unfortunately, you weren't present. As you continue your work here, you do not see Jam over the next couple of days at the Duelist.
Huh.
However, do you want to go ahead and just make me an attack roll real quick? I'm just going to represent something.
Come. 21.
21. You spend your time split between working by day, working hard at the forge, by night, kicking ass as the mad magus. And you are continuously making bits of gold. The house loves to have you. You start getting rumblies about maybe some folks who are not at the Duelist, but maybe want to have you go cross the bay and fight some bigger fights in the future if you're interested.
I am interested. Can I ask for one thing? Is there any posters? Can I steal a poster of myself and put it in my room?
Are you? You look at this
I can
beautiful
ask
post.
nicely.
Someone has done a really great sketch and done a very fun coloring of it, where it's intentionally not in the lines. There's very thick outlines of it. You don't catch as you bring it home at first the name at the bottom of it, who created this poster and put it up in the Duelist. It's up on your wall, your bedroom wall, for a full day before you notice Silas's name on it.
Silas!
Did Thorn and I see her carry that in?
What do you guys think?
If we saw her,
This is
carrying
downtime.
on,
You
we'd
get-
sneak
you tell
in
me.
with it.
I know for a fact that
'Cause I'm-
I'm like,
Stop.
look what I got.
I saw the poster, but I can't read it.
I'm gonna pull a prank.
If you damage my poster, I'll cry.
In
IRL.
your head, you hear, I'm always down for a prank.
Distract her.
Okay.
I go draw a mustache on my
I cast Mage Hand and grab her foot.
At some point you get tripped up and there's a full-on big curly mustache that's been attached to this. Yes, you can prestidigitate it away, but it's the principle of the thing.
Is this before or after I know that it's by
This is after you know.
It would
I
look
don't
good.
know which. Not Isme wouldn't do this. I don't know which one of you did this.
No, I could be really, really mischievous and nobody would think it was me.
Yeah, but I would never think it was you. But you still owe me a portrait I was paying you for. And this reminded me of that. So thank you for the reminder that you owe me. I have no sympathy for you. You saved an evil guy. It's not
Bro,
working.
have you not been doing those stretches? Come on, man.
You're concerning a Dawn. Cool. That's
Is meanie.
I'm scared.
It has been, you're fine. It had been a while. And finally, Alex, you can put something on a little more ominous for me.
Do I get?
Oh no.
You're here within your room. Gwynwyn has had some interest and occasionally asked you to bring out the egg. When you're in here, you're in true wizard mode. Deep into your notes, you've done your analysis of this. It's baffling to you. But you feel a warm summer's wind at your neck, the same telltale sign that you felt in the past. And once again, they are here in your room.
I sit on the floor.
Hello again, Ismini. Here, just a quick reminder, because it's been a while. Here is the representative, your contact. But this time, they're a bit different. I believe it is time for you to provide a report of recent goings-on here on your mission.
Elle is at least going by a false name in many situations, not really running around causing too much of a ruckus, but is still making a name for herself in the...
Is it positive?
It is a positive, showing off as a very strong, competent fighter while also being a kind person.
Do you believe that we can rely on her for our mission?
As she gets stronger.
And what of the others that you've spoken of? The Loxodon, the dwarf, and the fellow child of Coralon.
I trust them to fight to defend us, but not to hold secrets.
How do you trust your life to someone and not their word?
They're strong fighters, but loose lips.
A pity. I thought today would be the day I would simply step out into that foyer with you, and I would meet them for myself. But I will trust you, as I have trusted you this entire time. And I believe this time you should remember. I have a report for you, and it would be bad for you to forget this. There are rumblings in the north. Herond has noted that there have been a number of advisors and members of the Sanctum of Issel who've gathered to speak with the king. It seems that Lady Kairin and her wife's pressure has finally been successful, and negotiations have begun. This person here, standing before you, kind of has now wandered over and sat on the hard floor before you, wearing a very simple, deep blue gown, long brown hair, a small branch that is twirled around a circlet in their hair. The King of Issel is considering aiding in founding a new Chalcedonia, independent of the Federation that is Issel. But with, of course, strong promises of alliances, of open borders, and of mutual respect.
That's excellent news. That's surprising. How were they able to pull that off?
Well, with the rumblings going on to the west of with Gorbarim wanting similar, it is a balancing act keeping together the Kingdom of Issel. But I believe it will be the best. The people have clamored for it for so long, and with the confirmation that Sigurd will not be producing an heir to the throne, the question of succession weighs heavy on the more longer-lived races.
The question of Issel's existence would weigh heavy on anybody if there is no heir. The parent.
It is possible that the Kingdom of Issel will one day simply become an intermediary between all of the aligned kingdoms of the north. Regardless, we and our people stand to be in a positive, powerful position, and the warmth of summer may continue to flourish.
This may seem minor, but the tournament is coming up soon, and you know how much she desperately enjoys those. Do I have carte blanche to do what I need to keep her from going?
You were entrusted with this duty specifically because I trust your judgment, and because because she trusts your judgment. If you believe that keeping her is for the best and that she could be harmed in the tournament, very well, do as you please. But if you believe that her making an appearance there could strengthen the Chalcedonia's bond with Elts, then so be it.
I thought the original goal was to keep her from Issel as best I could.
Yes, but it is our understanding that now the Minotaur has made his way from the Runehold all the way to Elts. Is that not correct?
He's been spotted in the area. Attempt on Venser, at least.
Well, it would seem that isolating her is not quite as guaranteed as we had thought by sending her here.
Everybody's looking at me, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, I could have sent you away. I did. Well, as I said before, you may keep this memory.
I'm desperately right now trying to cling to something. I know that some part of it will disappear, but something that I could try to use to remember better.
You misunderstand. They're not wiping your memory today. You may remember this entire meeting and not just that it happened.
Okay.
They stand up. You know who this person is. Would you like me to describe them?
Yes.
This is the tall Molmarin, one of the nobles of Chalcedonia, your current handler here, and 17th branch, or from the 17th in line family of Summer.
And that is in comparison to the Erendrals.
3.
Great, so much lower. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
But there are less than 40
Right.
noble houses of Summer left, so.
How are her mothers? Is there news?
It is my understanding that Cestus Erendral has made a full recovery, though it has been much harder on Delilah. They have sent her up to the Isle of Nerphos to obtain healing, but it has been slow going with her age. I mean, no offense.
No, it's the curse of being human is not to have the same life.
If she had simply... It is unfair for me to begrudge Lady Delilah Erendral of any of her particular decisions, but I do believe it would have been best had she come to the Citadel to receive our healing. High magic is much better than what they have up there in the north.
And the, or any of the offers of the Hammerborn Kairins.
No, Lady Ibra is still up above, and, well, until she returns down from the celestial body, I do not know when we will feel more steady in the House of Summer.
I worry for the resurgence of Chalcedonia without the leadership that made it possible.
Once she discovers the nature of these mists, I'm certain she will return to us.
Okay. Are there any others in Elts now?
There are none that must be spoken of. But I'm afraid I must go, my child.
Thank you for answering my questions. And I'll give a
meeting.
deep bow.
And with that, they stand up. Vital pulls out a small, slender wand and begins casting a spell.
I do nothing.
You watch as, like, she wasn't even there. There's no wide pulse as, like, when you Misty Step. Suddenly, she simply was, and she wasn't. And the cool, arid nature returns to your room once more.
I am now dry heaving on the ground. I have gone from sitting there in a deep bow to completely.
Well, I do apologize. I did mean to do this.
I was gonna ask to check in. I didn't expect that.
Oh, just a quick update on some politics to the north.
Finally!
Hey, now I know who. I thought that maybe somebody evil was employing me.
No, that's Vital Mulmarin.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You know who your employer
I don't have any memories of why
Let's
I followed
jump
you.
back. We're a couple days out from you going and doing what you like with Zerathal. You guys understand that the Velvet Vulpine can be animated, given an instruction to how to follow, and you sit where you're trying to go, and it will run there. It knows the path. Got a bit of time. What are we all doing? It's very nice. It may be winter, but we have a nice break in the muggy, cool evenings. Connor still reeling, I guess, from that.
Well, yeah, I wrote down in my notes tumultuous future for the Kingdom of Isla.
Yeah, so Kingdom of Isla may not exist anymore.
Oh yeah,
I'm so
corporate
excited.
and all.
We laid the groundwork for that like a year and a half ago as
Yeah.
different PCs.
And we'll talk about that sort of backstory
Yeah.
stuff on
Yes.
footnotes.
But I'm just astounded by everything that just happened. Has been like, thank you for level 6 and for me finally knowing what I've been doing.
Now, meaning you've had about 9 of those meetings. They're not coming up because you don't remember them.
Right.
You're aware they're happening. You're checking in, giving information.
Right.
But you were allowed to keep this memory. Perhaps it is because your power has grown sufficiently that you can be more trusted.
And so that
or perhaps you have new orders.
Victoria's brain was so distraught by everything that was happening. So to fully understand, it's okay now if Elle goes back because we're strong enough.
If you believe this specific thing, which you said was important to Elle,
Yeah.
is something that she's strong enough to go and that can be safe and will improve it will be positive for relationship between Elts and Chalcedonia,
Okay.
go for it. She trusts your discretion.
Sorry for saying
sorry,
that y'all
they
weren't
trust their-
trustworthy. It's
Oh,
just-
hurtful.
No,
No,
because
it's fine. I took it
We're
extremely
about to.
personally.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we just saw you guys recognize Chester and immediately outed him in front of the entire party.
There's no denying that.
Who's you guys? Wait a minute. I don't know who Chester is.
I also do not know who Chester is, but I also don't think I was called untrustworthy. On our last, can we go hang out with the duelist? That's something we haven't done in a while.
Absolutely. Taking your
I wanna
time.
play
You guys watching a
game
fight?
of cards with his
I'm gonna have. So we're gonna do this
Yeah.
very simply because we are wrapping up here in the next couple of minutes. Go ahead and make me one. We're gonna do one round of 9 Lords Bluff. Do you have
All of
the-
us?
No.
No, between the two of you.
Yeah.
Victoria, can you make your decision and then hand that over so I can give that to Connor for what your kind of hand is? Additionally, Elle and Silas, are you guys betting on the
I'll
current
write
duels
mine
going on,
down
or are
so
you
I can keep it
watching?
honest.
Are you in the fight?
Oh, I'm absolutely betting. Ismini, can I borrow a platinum?
Yeah.
You guys are so wealthy now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bet it on Ismini.
Oh, I'm gonna bet on Thor. I know he's gonna cheat.
Okay. You take some time. Bet. Oh, you're betting on. I was betting. Are you betting on the duel?
Oh, this is the.
They're playing cards.
No,
Yeah.
I was betting on their
Betting on
card
cards.
game.
Oh, okay.
We're
go ahead,
far
take your
more
bets.
interested.
I beat
this.
both of these guys. We don't have to
All
care
right. Go
about
ahead and
the duel.
reveal what method of play you used.
Convoluted.
I chose simple.
I have advantage.
Because you.
No,
Because you knew Connor.
I know Connor.
You know Laurentius, rather.
I know Laurentius, and I know that you were gonna either pick simple or you're gonna pick feint, just to try to be deceptive.
Yeah.
So I was
Alright.
I'm gonna pick
You guys in the duelist, there are a pair of these half ogres who are fighting each other, throwing each other. It's sort of like a sumo match where they're trying to throw each other off the dueling board.
So I add my wisdom modifier?
Yeah, you make that relevant check for a simple plan is going to be, this is wisdom and proficiency if you're proficient in playing cards.
I'm not.
Okay?
But I got a 19.
You beat me. I got a 17. I rolled a 9 on the
It's
die.
incredibly close. The coin is exchanged, and you have a nice last. You actually have one more day before you go face off with Zerathal, but you have a nice evening. Let me just check real quick. You do not see Jam here this evening, but you get to relax quite a bit. Jam it was not every day though.
Does her handler come by? Or like
No.
Okay.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. I don't know for sure that they're there.
As we're heading home that evening, maybe a little bit more full and warm of various meads and food, I'm gonna need everyone make me a dexterity saving throw as you approach the warehouse.
If you blow up our home.
I'll be so sad. We haven't even paid off the mortgage
I
yet.
haven't rolled
There's a
that
small tuft of smoke from near the top. The roof once more. Just a little tuft of smoke and plaster. Something bursts through the ceiling of the warehouse.
Same spot.
Begins falling hard. Dex saves?
yet. 16.
11.
9.
18.
9 is meanie. A shard of something slices your cheek. Whatever it is stabs into the ground and sinks into the stone about an inch. Fired like a rocket. This incredibly powerful, powerful effect. Slices, your cheek is bleeding. You take a little bit of, just a little bit of damage. Something is inside your home.
Yeah, wand out.
Wand out, sprinting in as you,
Silas goes first, but wand out.
as you all
Far
begin
out.
heading in. You see,
Handle
notice it's
first.
not. What was that? What'd you do? What happened?
What happened?
It wasn't us for once.
Going inside, you see that some of these shelves have been knocked over inside. You see some of the materials have been damaged. And looking over towards this meeting room, there's 3 or 4 small holes, like tiny holes have been formed through her wall.
I'm gonna have to go unlock my door, do my secret handshake to get it open.
How about I do it for you?
No, I'm
Mage
gonna-
hand
Can't.
it open.
Her door has an arcane lock on it.
I'll still mage hand it open once you've unlocked it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I haven't told you guys the password yet.
Right, it's
Yeah,
Minnie.
we're untrustworthy.
It is in your room. You have your wand out. You got here. You have Squawk with you. Wand out, gazing over. You got your very simple plain room. As you step into the room, gazing at this, there's damage to the floor. Several pieces of material have caused these pockmarks to appear. The smooth polished stone now damaged. The egg itself is missing. And as you are looking around the room, you hear. Begin looking upwards. There is a creature. It gazes at you with large yellow eyes, a pair of small horns, and a thick orange carapace along its back. Its claws sunk into the ceiling. Yes, Victoria?
I was already planning on purchasing this spell. May I have learned it as well?
You can.
No, then I won't. I'm just gonna look at it then and just, like, hello.
Make an animal handling check as I go ahead. In just a moment, I'll pull up a picture of what this looks like, courtesy of a very, very wonderful couple of people.
9.
9. You look at this creature, it looks at you, and this reptilian creature fully drops. It's tiny. It's really small, but as it descends, landing on top of you, you see that it fully swallows Squawk. Puts Squawk in his mouth, which you just hear. As you poof away this massive creature looking at you. Let me go ahead and pull up the artwork for this.
Did you just...
No.
Okay,
We're not
okay.
gonna talk about it.
Courtesy of some wonderful folks over at Eldermancy. We spoke with Runesmith here about this.
Amazing.
This orange creature. We're gonna put the art. Yeah, we're gonna put the art as well over on the Discord. this orange creature looking at you, it doesn't immediately snap. Let me go ahead and bring us back
Oh my gosh.
What on earth?
to this little tiny guy. So he here on you is incredibly heavy. Like you kind of grab on him. He looks at you, and there's this. It's like a half growl as he looks at you, tiny little horns, and then he turns to the rest of your party.
Wait a minute.
He's adorable. You're so cute.
Can I pocket jerky?
She
Trying to
prepared
get
for
him-
this.
Fully? One second, let me
No.
look at his stat block real quick.
Oh my gosh.
He's going to leap from you and attempt to bite a Lilia. That is a 14 to hit.
No.
Fully tries to bite onto you, grabs onto one of you have a bracer to protect you, and is crunching through the metal. There's gonna be little tiny teeth marks in it. As you try to pet on top, it's a very hard carapace. There is this orange creature.
Elle, go grab the money. Go find any spell shop open and please
Wait.
purchase from me. Speak with
Wait,
animals.
wait.
With this on me?
Wait.
No.
Is this your
But
egg?
looking around, the holes here are fragments of eggshell that have sunk multiple inches into the ground.
That's what I think it is.
As you're like looking at it, petting it, it has pulled your arm down to the ground and is just tugging on
I'm
Elle.
looking for the pine cone. I'm digging for the pine cone.
Okay,
to show
thank
him.
you. We have a theory, and I hope it's wrong.
Looking for the pine cone?
Yeah.
As you pull out this pine cone, it fully looks at you. You can oppose this if you'd like.
Is it going to eat it?
It absolutely is going to attempt. That's going to be lower than your AC, so it tries to just start looking at what you're holding. It just tries to bite at the thing.
Pocket jerky.
My hand.
Fully has sunk in. There's a dent. You're probably going to need to take this to work to get it fixed.
Just
I
resmoothed
don't
it.
know what you are, little one, but now that I see it, can I try to figure this out again?
You can certainly try. You tell me what intelligence skill you'd like to use, as all of them except for medicine are applicable.
I would like to argue for Arcana, but I, Victoria, can't figure out why I would use anything but nature.
It's a magical creature.
Okay.
It's very clearly not a beast. It's a weird
Yeah.
thing.
Then I'll argue for
Maybe it's draconic?
like a magical arcane beast.
Can I speak to it in Draconic and see if it responds?
What do you say?
Hi, friend. Not
Does
Draconic.
anyone have a
It pushes itself up to his meanie's leg and just kind of growls at you. And it looks at another person, does the same thing. And then at some point, it notices Laurentius at all, charges forward and breaks a barrel kind of in fear. No, it doesn't attack. Oh, yeah,
Oh.
you push it.
Get away from me.
I should cast a spell on it.
Never a normal night.
It is what I think it is.
No.
Laurentius
Pushes back.
pushes you back.
Motherfucker, I know it. I knew it.
I have no idea what it could be.
21. I don't.
21.
I don't know what it is.
Looking at this creature,
I think
you trying to think of any creature that fulfills its attributes. Honestly, if you had to consider it, it's kind of like a drake, which are these wingless lesser dragons. But it's too small.
I don't want to know. I don't want you guys to tell me until I, as this meanie, figure
I'm
it out
gonna ask
now.
him.
You
You guys are out of the
I don't know what your deal is. I don't know what you want. But you look at this tiny creature that looks at you. Now, do you describe what it did to you when you pushed it?
Yeah.
It pushed back?
It used
He got
my
pushed
shit
back.
against me.
Seems like. Can I do a history check?
Make a history check. 21 on the Arcana.
Yeah.
This creature, kind of looking at it, and over the next day, if you'd like to kind of examine it,
I'm gonna hang out
it's
with it.
very much not hostile to you, but it's very immediately distrusting currently of everyone else.
I'm gonna let everybody do the toss the pocket jerky whenever they see him.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna leave my
start-
door
It
open.
does not like when you give it little treats.
I'm
leave
gonna
my
go
door
start
open.
frying whatever meat we have. If it's an entire deer, that thing's getting
Make an animal handling check with advantage.
Are you making friends with this thing?
No, Thorn does not want to.
I also.
doesn't-
Thorn is creeped out by the big lizard. It looks
Thorn
like a
doesn't
big,
like it.
mean lizard sometimes, and then it
I'm
has
with you.
big, dopey eyes.
17.
A 17?
We're both animals.
It takes the meat and fully runs away. This creature's a little bit quick. It has a speed of 35 feet.
We can
Oh
race.
my gosh.
We can race.
It's not a primary combatant, but I did have stats just in case shenaniganry ends up happening.
I'm gonna go
Do you want
I'm
me to
gonna-
go find that spell?
The word of the week is shenaniganry.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask for you to, because I'm gonna ask. It's a ritual spell, so I was gonna get it because I can just have those. So if you could go speak. And I'm pretty sure that's on the wizard
I
spell.
can
Sure.
go and try to buy it. I have 3.
Yes, absolutely. Victoria, we'll do the actual coinage itself. 'Cause I
Yeah.
have that written down here. Speak with animals first level or second level?
I think
it's first level.
First level.
Okay.
Yeah.
43 gold pieces. You go ahead and fetch that. It's a common spell.
Yeah.
Easy for you to go to pick up. You spend some time. Are you grabbing
I-
2 of them so you can scribe it
I-
and use it?
I just need to make sure that it's a wizard spell.
She said she didn't want to.
Not her.
Yeah, I thought.
She don't know
said
if
she
it
did.
is.
Cola, did you want them to know what their guess is?
Are we
Did you want
correct?
No.
Okay. I have no idea what you're talking about. I can't tell you anything.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's a yes.
You don't want to know?
No.
Okay.
No,
I like to be
Nope.
prepared.
Yeah.
I
where the
can't
egg
count.
came
I
from.
can't count.
Yeah.
It's not a.
Wait,
Wait, we
wizard
know
spell.
we're one of
Oh,
them.
okay.
I can't cast it. So no.
Problem.
Never mind.
Oh.
Doesn't tongues let you speak?
Any language, but
Any
it's-
language.
You
It's
haven't
speaking
noticed
a
it.
language.
It doesn't seem to be speaking a language.
it's not-
It seems to be grunting
It's
and
not
growling.
talking.
We
Can I
need.
imitate the growling?
Try to say it in a more
Fully is going to bite
sophisticated
you.
Tone.
I
Oh.
spoke like really aristocratic.
That's a
draconic to it.
21.
You can bite me again if you want. I'll make friends.
You take 8 points of piercing damage.
I'll try to mind link with it. Does it have an intelligence of 2 or higher?
I actually do know that. It does have an intelligence of 2 or higher. It's an intelligence of 3.
Listen, I don't like you. You don't like me.
Tell it not to buy my breakers.
Let's just stay away from each other, and we'll call it cool.
tell them not to eat my
Laurentius,
stuff.
when you go to bed that night, you were woken up more than once by you were woken up more than once by a loud banging noise. But when you come out, you don't see anything. But there are these little holes that have been damaged into the bottom of your door.
Keep on a leash.
It probably smells like pee.
Assuming you're letting it run free and not caging it.
Instead of sending Elle out to go buy Speak with Animals, I'd like to just go and send Elle out to get like a nice heavy bed, like some stones and stuff to make a little bed for it at the foot of my bed.
Can you get him a collar?
This creature, though it has a carapace, it doesn't appear to have like the outer darker orange on the top doesn't actually have scales. It's okay. I'm gonna describe something, and I promise it's
Okay.
still kind of cute because you've seen the artwork. It is more like a beetle carapace on the outside. There's no wings.
It's almost like a shell.
It's a carapace, not scales on the top, but it's scales on the bottom.
Yeah.
So it's like a smooth. It's not smooth. It's a solid piece that still is bendable despite being so hard on the outside. Kind of like how a bullet is different on the top versus the bottom.
Silas,
Yeah, it's like a leather
will you
box
sketch
turtle.
my baby for me, and we can.
I start drawing.
You have to when you carry him though, you do have to hold him.
Yeah, I'm not strong enough to carry him.
And I will let you know. I'll just tell you. This is a male creature. It's a male reptile.
Okay.
When
Can you sketch him so that we can like take him around and show not him, but like pictures of him to people to see if we can find out
What
it is?
is this?
Don't.
I'm gonna
Do you
start
know what
sketching
this-
him in her arms. It's a very romantic piece.
No, I don't
It
want people to know
exposes
that
soft
it's
belly
mine.
to you.
I pet it.
It's very smooth on the bottom.
I'm gonna have to find a name for you. It won't be Coco.
I think in my head now's the time to attack, and it jumps into one of your guys' heads randomly.
I'm with you. Actually, when I go out to get the bed, can I perhaps find a small stuffed lamb-shaped creature? Perhaps
like
with a red.
like a stuffed lamb doll for like a young girl. Or
Yeah, that might have been inspired by like an
Farm boy.
80s PBS show.
Yeah,
90s.
absolutely. Got like a little bow.
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely. If you'd like to get a lamb chop for this little baby,
Kill.
Name Liam Chop. That's the
Also
third
a new
time it's
enemy
popped up.
I've acquired. And we'll have another one named Jared, and you'll learn to murder.
but as there is this small creature, it's a nice reprieve knowing that soon you must face Zarathal.
Can we feed
Is
them?
Meanie, it's a lot of responsibility. Are you sure you can handle it? I know you're very big.
Has it already peed in the house?
Yeah,
Has it
that's
already
in
been
addition
moused?
to this one.
I will say something, and this is going to sound weird. But
I
it's
was
actually,
older than you to start with.
It has not wasted in any particular way.
Okay, we can
Maybe
leave
I'll
it.
do like owl pellets and throw up.
Oh, that's actually interesting. I don't know what you are, so I don't know what to feed you. Silas, help me. Draw pictures.
So,
liked meat.
it is
Like
fully.
the
If you've got a
journey.
place that you've been storing meat, it's got in there.
No, I have been giving it all the meat we have. Our
It is
coffers
eating
run
the
dry.
bone of the meat.
Silas, help me find out what this is.
Please don't let it eat me.
Okay, but
It's
did you
meanie.
see how
Please don't let it
beautiful
eat
you
me.
look here?
I mean, it's amazing.
So as you're spending your time here, getting ready, the one thing I will mention is that on the second level, where there's that kind of walkway that can look down, at one point is meaning you are walking separately, and fully the creature leaps.
What are you? I'm just like at eye level.
There are small marks where its claws have dug into walls and ceilings. This creature is mobile. It's very very mobile.
Listen, I'm now thinking.
But a 15 to 18 foot jump.
Give me exact.
Does this thing is
Is
the
it
thing
18
that threw
feet?
the thing at you?
I just want to
Yeah,
make
the
sure I can
eggshell.
jump higher than this.
Oh, is it eggshell?
The
eggshell.
It was eggshell.
The eggshell
It
exploded.
exploded when it hatched.
And it
Oh
smacked.
god, I have to fix the roof again.
it's small holes, but it's a couple small bullet holes.
Oh, I've been fixing the wall. as I
Over your
go.
room. You can
Basically, it was a big shrapnel bomb. It's a pipe bomb.
Okay.
I can jump just as high as it. I feel better now. I'm having issues.
It
With
needed a running start.
I don't want it to be better at jumping than
Oh,
me.
she's jealous. The new
It
baby
had to
gets-
wiggle,
the
like it
baby's
wiggled its
born.
little tuchus, the
Look.
little
This baby
tail.
spent no time with me.
It does technically have a tail, but the tail is very short. It's a little nub that's probably about 3 inches long.
I feel so guilty right now for telling that you guys weren't trustworthy.
Oh, we didn't hear it.
That's okay.
We don't
Next
know.
time, there'll be another time when Vital comes by.
It's okay. You can feel guilty. We don't know.
So I think here with this child in your arms and a battle yet to come, I think we should end our session of stories to D4. Do you guys want to see the art again?
Yes.
Yes.
But more importantly, I demand a name by next session.
Yes.
I do like that. Maybe we'll talk about it on our Discord.
I also don't know what it is.
Oh, but we know what it is.
We know what
This
it is.
Sunday,
Matt said yes
we're going
in
to
his
have
own
our
way.
on Sunday. We have our Battle Sphere one shot. We are so excited. It's the same time, 7 o'clock Central Time, 7 p.m. It's all self-contained. So if you're seeing this but you haven't seen all of the campaign, totally fine. It's all new characters. We have a guest with Alex playing as one of our player characters. And it's gonna be a nice change of pace. The Battle Sphere, high level combat in an arena for a huge prize. Before we go, one more look.
Yes. Okay, I do want to know your guys'
Oh my
guesses.
god, he's so cute.
No, he is amazing.
Again, while I'm kind of reading this out, I do want to mention that Runesmith, Eldermancy, and Ghostfighter Gaming were kind enough to let us use this art. This art is from Stibble's Companion Codex, which is absolutely fantastic. I don't have my tablet here to pull up the PDF. An absolutely fantastic way to look at. They've got alternate familiars, small animal companions. They're so cute.
You're telling me there's more?
There are so many more. I highly recommend it. And let's go ahead and we'll put on our social media and on the Discord a link for you guys who are interested in this creature, which I will let you know in Stibble's Codex, not in our setting, is referred to as an Ecutaurus. Really cool creature. This is a little different in our setting.
Is it a dinosaur?
We're not
It's a
using the same
reptile.
mechanics as that,
Right,
and I
right.
also I don't want to share too much of a stat block for someone else's
Okay.
creation. But this is that creature, and he's so cute. Absolutely named by next week. And let's go ahead. Good night, everyone.
Night. See you Sunday.
Bye.